And pull up. This are the energy today, you know. People, today are Friday. Sip on Bolo VNR 2.0. Today, I want to help me forget my life goal. 15 super chat. Look on the life goal, Jamaica. I want to bless up the platform. If you can bless up the platform, today, I want me real donating supporters them run out. You understand? No joke. We are march. We are march. Karen, we are deal with. Mighty God. And to say Jamaica free. Yes. Gina. Yes.
You're going to hear all kinds of propaganda.
Yes.
You're going to hear all kinds of lies and deception.
Yes.
There will be tactics used to try and buy you out.
Yes.
There will be tactics used to try and frighten you away.
Yes.
And I only have to say one thing to you tonight, comrades. We are blood and fire, comrades.
Yes.
And we're marching on to progress.
All right.
And we will stand firm.
Stand firm.
We will not be bought. No. We are not for sale.
Not for sale. Jamaica, we will not be bought because we are not for sale. Jamaica, now look here. Look upon Mrs. Pro Box. Look upon Mrs. Pro Box. Miss Outer Touch. Stop splitting up online orders. We are going to go right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Because here we go now. In Jamaica, we have an internal, well, it's not internal anymore, a JLP internal battle that has turned into an entire court battle now. You know. Wanna like and share this video. Gentle people, me need no help. All of my subscribers them. If you can't donate to the platform, may I ask you to share the video with 20 persons. If everyone want to share the video with 20 persons and tell them to come by us right now, it will help the platform. Wanna like the video. Everybody that's watching right now, like the video. So you see right at the top here, so guys, you see on the screen, if you're using your phone, there's a thumbs up button symbol will look like this. When you press that symbol on your screen, you're gonna see the options to like the video. In an exercise to show love and appreciation to the platform, I'm asking each and every one of you to hit that like button for me right now. If you're new to the platform, I need you to subscribe. That's the only way you can type in my chat. You have to be a subscriber of the platform. Subscribe and comment respectfully. We can disagree. You can have opposing views, but you do it respectfully. Yes? The next thing is, on Bolo VNR 2.0, if you want to donate, you have several options. Today, a Friday. So may I look out for your donation them today. Yes, today a Friday. May I look out for some people bless me. And you don't know, say the Lord I go do it. Me need 15 super chat. That is my aim. The number is right. The life goal is right there. Yes, Jamaica. 15 super chat. If you can't super chat, that means you can become a member of the platform if you so choose to on Bolo VNR 2.0. Becoming a member is in the same space to actually donate on a super chat. You can even give people. You can give other people 5, 3, 10, whatever you choose to. Give them one of the membership package. So when they're watching and you give them name going to come up and say they have received a gift from such and such. It doesn't matter who they are. YouTube just randomly choose who get gifted when you gift people as a gifter. The other thing is there is no what you call actual gifts where you can access just like TikTok on my Bolo VNR 2.0. The other option is the pinned comment, and this goes for both platforms I'm live on right now. You have the Cash App, you have the Zelle, and you have the PayPal. If you put any money on the Zelle, send me a screenshot. Ask me for my number. If you put any money on the Cash App, send me a screenshot. Ask me for my number. Can you see right now? See there? That phone I not fix yet, Jamaica. That phone I see screen mash up. This was my original phone. I have everything on it. And the screen mash up. I need to fix that phone now. Today Friday, in a Jesus name, may I ask God to send some of the good Samaritan them over here to bless up the platform. Zine? No. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, again, please like and share the video with 10 or 20 people so we can fill up the room and get into the topic at hand. Like I said before, the JLP is in crisis, internally and in the courts. And I want to get in the pen and paper because, you see, we are going to write down all of the bangarang them, you know. But we need to keep an eye on it, you know. JLP in a crisis. Rosalie is the hot topic right now, Miss Hamilton. And Donovan Williams, Delroy Williams, Andrew Owness, Juliet Owness, who else name call? this man run out and say, no one person can, no bigger than JLP party. So, the thing I go on, Jamaica. The thing I go on. Remember, say Paul Buchanan case still there court, you know. For Andrew Owens seat, you know. Don't forget, you know. Remember the prophetic word. By her before 2027, Jamaica will see a new leader, a righteous leader. External forces, remember the prophecy. External forces. You're gonna see politicians and the big people them in a handcuff. JC, big up yourself. You're gonna see politicians being forced to resign by external forces. This is a pivotal year. God is taking them down, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? God is taking Wagwan Monica. Come in at the dance. Worries in the dance. Worries there. So the other day, the finance minister was in Parliament, Jamaica, and it is brought to my attention by Dre Bryan and the Dre Bryan show earlier. Big up Dre Bryan. It is brought to my attention what Favour Williams was really talking about in that address in our last budget speech, a specific portion. Listen to this attack on poor people. Listen to this.
Country. Because some of you know, when me break down things, you don't understand it, you know. And when me break down certain things, you don't understand how it go. Lord Jesus, me ask you to bless me. Continue to bless me, Father God, so me can be a voice for the voiceless and the people. Listen to Favour.
In my opening budget presentation, I did speak to the impact on our local retailers of the competition they face with untaxed items coming onto our shores. The opposition spokesman on finance, rightly so, pointed to the increase in the de minimis threshold that this government implemented and asked if this was not policy contradiction. Madam Speaker, you will recall that as of April 1, 2024, the de minimis threshold in Jamaica was increased to US $100. Goods imported for personal or commercial use with a free on board or FOB value of $100 or less are exempt from custom duties and related taxes. If the value exceeds US $100, duties apply to the total CIF. And CIF means costs, insurance, and freight. Madam Speaker, let me put it straight to Jamaicans. When the de minimis threshold was increased from US $50 to US $100, it was not expected that we would see splitting up of orders to avoid taxes and duties. Sometimes I could characterize it as a deluge in the number of US 100 and undervalued packages. Madam Speaker, the unforeseen consequence is that no revenues flow to the Treasury. And I must add, Madam Speaker, that is quite regrettable and was simply not the intent of the de minimis policy. Again, Madam Speaker, forgive me if I'm being pedantic, but it is imperative that everyone understands what I've shared. And when I draw a reference to our local retailers, it is because they are feeling the impact of untaxed goods coming in.
You hear her? You hear her, Jamaica? But it is important that the country understand. The people don't understand what you say. That's why I gotta make the people understand what you just say. What this woman is saying, Jamaica,
listen,
is that the $100 US threshold where them put, say if you no order anything less than $100, you no go pay no GCT tax down a custom. But if you no order anything and it pass $100 US, you no have to go pay the GCT. What she's saying is many persons, when you no order certain things, it pass the $100. But it not reaching the coffers, the treasury not making any money, according to her, because we poor people have now found a way to split our bill. What she's saying is, if you buy something and it pass $100, let's say $160, me take up myself gone pa Timo, Amazon, Alibaba, wherever on the shop these days. And you just have pick and a drop in your basket, pick and a drop in your basket. When you look, bloop, it passed the $100 threshold. When you look, it reached $160, you wonder, Lord, it a go tax me, I mean, not have it.
Listen up.
So what you'll do is look into yourself now.
Yes.
And say, since when me order come to 160, I mean, I want pay the HIPAA tax down a custom.
Yes.
Make me ask me sister, make me ask me brother, fi split the bill. So the $160 now, me, I go swipe my card and pay for some, and you swipe your card and pay for the rest. So the bill split. Remember, you know, if I'm me alone, it would have cost me 160, so it would cost me down a port, me would have to pay the HIPAA tax them. But me find a way now fi ask me sister fi pay half, which is $80. Remember, $80 less than 100. So I am below the threshold, which means me I go get the goods and me now pay the tax. Favor is saying that she's having a problem with that, and the poor will always feel it. All she care about are the woman and the man we have them big clothes store. How people are put them out of business. It's not our fault make people tap walk in a store and buy clothes. Me no see why me must go in a one store and pay $25,000 for one jacket suit when me can go on Amazon or Alibaba or Timo and get the same blasted jacket suit for $50. What make favor not tell the people we have them close stores say somehow you not have no manners, somehow you not have no customer service, and when you not go in the store them and buy anything and carry go and go put it on for no picnic and it too tight you no can carry back. At least when time we go online we have option whether we foot size at 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12, whether we waist at 30, 32, 34, we pick and we choose what we want. What make favor not come tell people say certain clothes store in the country not selling for plus size women. Happy skimpy. So
and I know those plus size women alone. Me can't talk about this because me big. You understand? Some of my pants them are made by cloth material and make. Shirt, same thing. If me want real size clothes, me have to go online go buy it. I can't buy clothes at Jamaica and then too expensive. Straight up. I tell her that. Way too expensive for my little budget. I can't buy clothes at Jamaica. Alright? So now Favor Williams now is attacking the poor people them look away where they find out. For actually make their money stretch. What a wicked and caring government. That a for them focus. The poor people them. Oh, them not pay enough tax. Can you imagine? After Hurricane Melissa, look at the pressure of the people them are put power. There is a picture in the Observer, ladies and gentlemen, where a man is walking. Well, a man is pushing his car because he can't afford the fuel. See? The man are pushing car because he can't afford the fuel. Here when the man say, hey, what are you guys doing to help us beat this Gulf War gas hike? The man can't buy the gas. Jamaica say mafia pushing car. The government have one big accident and more taxes. That is exactly what they're doing. I want to write this down, you know. They high tax them. The gas prices them because of the Gulf War. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to the next thing. I'm not say it yet. I want to write down all of these things for my book, you know, for sure. You know, the pressure cooker with Jamaican people under this Jamaica Labour Party. You know. Let's continue.
God for online shopping. What make them a suck out poor people, yeah? Favor is saying that she's having a problem with splitting of bills. Poor people find a way to go around the government. $100. And Favor is having a problem with the $100. Tell me now, Jamaica. Tell me now, Jamaica, if them government officials are not wicked. I don't see why me must go in a closed store, go buy something for $7,000-8,000 when me can get it online for less than $10. Me telling you the other day, you know. Me telling you, say me go in a Fontana pharmacy and me see one nice mouthwash, Richard. Me never even know say them they are Jamaica. Right? And when I see the price for that mouthwash, $3,800 plus tax for the mouthwash. A mouthwash where me get for less than $20 online. Them have it a sell on shelf for $3,800 plus tax. Why me must support business like that? Why? It is a problem because people now are wise up and a swipe them card and a buy what they need. Why uno figure America and Panama where even at the world go get the $10 and the $8 clothes them and want come here and sell weed for 10-15 grand? You know I'm mad smaddy? Why is it that people figure down at Panama and the United States and go do no shopping and go in a dollar store and $10 store and get things and come back to Jamaica can stack out to no clothes store and a
Jamaica no lie matter. The first clocks me ever buy online me buy. Real clocks me I tell about. We fit my foot and a $50 me pay for it. You know how much one of them there Jamaica? Go 2 bills US. Yo, when I check your price.
For arm and a leg. No! God bless Philip Palwell. When he give you one cell phone. God bless the People's National Party when they regulate the telecommunication sector and bring internet come here. Then me could have be a labor right. Me could have support the Jamaica Labour Party. God bless the People's National Party and Philip Palwell. Give we internet and cell phone. To make we can know what it is like to go online and shop and do the things them. Some we don't have no visa. Figure foreign, we can turn right your yard and we foreign things. God bless the People's National Party.
No joke.
The Jamaica Labour Party will do everything to suck out the poor people. Can you imagine? Big up former Prime Minister Percival James Pattison.
That's right.
To make it possible. And when you don't know one hold a candle to the PNP, want to know about development. Want to know, I hope when you left class this morning, you learn something in the people. Me love when me come on my platform at daytime. My students, them walk away learning something. Because I bet some of you never understand this tax where Favor come up with. Can you imagine? Favor as a people beat the $100 tax, threshold tax. Nothing wrong with that. Majority of the time, people, when you go online, are very rare. On a bill come below $100. As much as we try to put back, take it out of the basket and put it down, it typically go over the $100. So majority of the time, the tax are going to reach you. And Favor is having a problem because poor people decide to split them bill and try to better themselves. Can you imagine you see something online and you want it and you're able to pay for it? And because you find a means to get it here in your hand, the Jamaica Labour Party is having a problem with it. I see me head boy, you call me. Well, on the people, let me add me head boy. Well, on the send back a request. Well, on the make me add head boy.
I know the comrades, they are taking note and they are learning.
Yes.
But for some reason or the other, and I always identify and I tell comrades, once you see you have a child, right, and bringing up that child from a tender age, before them even start to attend kindergarten. Right? And you start to see them run from the book, and then you call them for read, them a cry, seek early intervention. Because guess what? You have a disease called Buster-Mantis syndrome. It is very, very contagious.
Mighty God.
And there is no.
Mighty God.
Right? So, only hope that the labor right them can be able to process whatever you are teaching them to do and learn from it. That we not only criticize, but we find solutions.
Right.
But look at the labor rights now.
Yes, tell us.
Anything at all that benefit poor people, they have a problem.
Yes.
True.
Why you don't look at the loophole like Mr. Chin? We have the OCS versus C&K Enterprise. And he allowed to operate within 5 years and get a tax break.
True.
Why you don't close the loophole? So Mr.
That's the point where I want to go to. I go post that video there. I already have it loaded up. I go post that entire conversation there. But I'm going to stop it at that point, ladies and gentlemen. Only hear what the man say? The Chinese, them will come out and do business out here. Them get a 4 to 5 year tax break, you know. You know when we find out what the man them do, them end the business and pass it on to a new Chinese. And then them get the tax break to 4 to 5 year again. Him sound like me for true though. Dana, what you doing? Black Loki, big up. Sharon, big up. Antonio. Why them not focus on the wealthy? We are escape taxes. As a matter of fact, Mr. Julian Robinson suggestion about electronic. Mr. Julian Robinson suggestion about the electronics Jamaica. Make we talk about the finances because finances are going to beat with bad, you know. The finances thing are going to beat with bad, you know. Right now, you know, we are going to, hey, Jamaica, if you not feel it already, you know, trust me, you know. You better start ball to God, you know. Yes. Start ball to God for now for help. I tell you that. Because God alone can help it. This thing we are come up right now with the war. You see the man attack me, I go get in everything. But there's so much implications with this war, Jamaica. We really have to be guarded and mindful. Do not fool yourself. Don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself. Alright? Alright, see that? This. Listen to this.
What we would do different.
Yes.
The government has looked at the revenue gap and has reached for the imposition of new taxes to fund the budget. And the continued drawdown of the NHT, about 11.4 billion. We have looked at a similar gap, and we have determined an alternative way to fund the budget while balancing the lives of the Jamaican people. Madam Speaker, we have always said that compliance can bring in more revenues than simply raising new taxes. And I am recommending the implementation of an electronic invoicing system for the tax administration of Jamaica.
Listen up.
The first source of this revenue would be this electronic invoicing system, which we estimate would generate an additional 8.6 billion in tax revenues. And I will explain how I came to that figure. Currently, and what this electronic invoicing does. So currently, when businesses make sales, they're required to upload their transaction records for verification by TAJ. The problem with the model is that the obligation to upload sits with the business, and there can be slippage. Not necessarily because businesses are deliberately evading the obligations, although that happens, but because...
Bingo. You have Jamaica, you have businesses in Jamaica that blatantly don't pay their taxes because there's a gap in the system. Talk true, big up yourself. There's a gap in the system. And Julian Robinson, the People's National Party, presented the electronic, instead of putting more taxes upon the people, put in this system. Start implementing the system right now. Favor Williams went into Parliament on the close of the day and said it simply will not work. It's going to take 2 to 3 years. Jamaica. May I listen to Rasta and Van Callen Bell, and the man said, brother, it don't have to take 2 to 3 years. If them really want it to get done, it can get done. It's all about political will. It's all about putting the resources behind it. So, you know, said that are the big business then where that are going to affect, you know. Right? How much of these politicians have big business? Da da dee. Da da da. How much of these politicians in the Jamaica Labour Party have big business? Da da dee. Da da da. How much of these politicians in the Jamaica Labour Party, Jamaica, is evading taxes potentially? Da da dee. Through them business. Da da da. Me nah no tea, but let me sip some of my water. Janet, how you doing? No, Jason, how you doing? Just them just pass their bigness on the family members, so them get 5-year break. That is a nice thing to do as well to help family. I'm just saying, the same type of leverage that you give the wealthy people in these tax breaks. Why the Jamaica Labour Party don't like to give poor people those breaks? Remember the tax them when they said in 2020? What was it? Revenue neutral. What does that mean? That means we paid for the taxes that they gave to us. It came back out. It came back in the taxes that we paid. So they didn't really give us anything. It was all a sham. It was all a scam to get you to vote for them in that election. This is how cunning and dangerous the Jamaica Labour Party is and deceptive. But time come. Time really come. I'm telling you that right now. Right? Me I go show you something. Hey, that advice not easy, you know. Jamaica. Hear this. Fuel dealers, not even this. VAS calls for transparency after JPS tells customers to expect higher bill. No, Jamaica. I want to come a little closer. I want to share that like that. Because the thing I get out of hand. Daryl Vaz is calling for transparency. Daryl Vaz with the old boss them when the people might investigate. Daryl Vaz will look for Marky G in a parliament and say, argument done. We are giving them the 150 million so everybody can get light at a faster time. Everybody still not get light yet. The money gone. Daryl Vaz, I ask JPS. Not I ask him, I tell them. I call for transparency. Right? When them I tell customer about higher bill. What kind of transparency Daryl Vaz? You see the People's National Party have the government under pressure, you know. Them have them under pressure and will not realize. And this is why them are lash out. Because earlier today, and I think it's still a go on same way. Let me go for Anissa Belrose, because she wanna play the part more want to play. Anissa Belrose, see the budget.
Budget for the next fiscal year. It focuses on infrastructure, recovery, national security, education, health.
See that?
Here.
See that?
I'm going to respect the time, despite the leniency allowed to me. I know my colleagues too have a lot to say, and I'm going to focus my contributions on a few areas.
Listen to this.
As we examine the budget,
yes,
we must be clear that the fiscal challenges that we now face as a country did not, contrary to what the minister sought to reiterate just now, begin with the hurricane. So my contribution is going to be focused on 3 areas. I'm going to talk about the underlying fiscal condition of Jamaica prior to Melissa. I'm going to speak a bit about some of the policy choices that have been made in the budget. I'm going to talk a bit about the implications of those choices for the Jamaican people.
Yes.
The first port of call is to speak a little bit about the context in which the budget is being set and really to dispel the idea that Jamaica was in a state of perfection before the hurricane, which was just reiterated just now. We all know, Mr. President, that Melissa was a significant event, very significant. But it would be incomplete and ultimately misleading, Mr. President, to suggest that the fiscal pressures that we now face began with Hurricane Melissa. The truth is that, Mr. President, despite what the government would like it to believe, in the years leading up to Melissa, Jamaica was already showing signs of underlying fiscal weakness, and I'm going to get into it. These were not always evident in the headline numbers, right? And clear in how the fiscal accounts were structured and some of the policy choices. But there are a number of elements, in some respects, masking the weakness, and I'm going to speak about some of them. First, there has been in recent years, Mr. President, an increased reliance by the government on revenue measures introduced as temporary responses to specific circumstances, but which have been retained and normalized as permanent features of our fiscal framework. I'm going to say it over and over again. Right? The second, Mr. President, and most significant, showing up in our recent fiscal outcomes is the fact that they've been supported by one-off, non-recurring transactions. Right? While these have generated significant inflows, and in and of themselves are not a challenge if done right, they do not represent sustainable sources of revenue. Right? I'm going to ask those on that side to train their ears and listen. Right? So, the third area masking the weakness, Mr. President, is that targeted measures that had defined the policy objectives have over time been redirected from their original purpose. The revenue remains, but the policy rationale has been diluted or in some cases abandoned.
Listen.
And my time is limited. I have a long list, but I'm only going to touch on 4. Taken together, Mr. President, these factors point to a fiscal position that is increasingly dependent on temporary measures, shifting policy around, and non-recurring inflows to maintain balance. In other words, the apparent strength that's boasted about masks emerging structural pressures. This is the context, Mr. President, in which Hurricane Melissa arrived. The hurricane didn't create any of these conditions. It exposed and in some respects intensified them. And if we are to craft any form of credible response, we have to begin with some honesty and acknowledge them and recognize that they exist. Mr. President, I'm going to start with the NHT. Right? And, you know, the time does not permit me, as I said, to be exhaustive, so I'm going to point to the major ones, the ones that are topical and very visible to the Jamaican people. The withdrawal of the funds from the NHT, Mr. President, as we know, was introduced at a time of acute fiscal challenge to deal with a serious issue by the last PNP administration. And it was framed and legislated as a temporary time-bound measure. At that time, there was strong opposition by the now government on the basis that the NHT is a specialist institution and funded by contributions from Jamaican workers and that the resources should be, quote-unquote, ring-fenced for housing. But since assuming office in 2016, the government has taken a very different position. The withdrawals have been extended through successive legislative changes, and there's apparently another one coming. And $11.4 billion continues to be extracted annually. The government's current position on the NHT has shifted away from it being a golden egg that should be protected towards it now being sufficiently capitalized. Right? And that the only constraint surrounding it is housing delivery, right, and supply, not funding. So, in other words, it's in a good state, so $11.4 billion will do nothing to it. But if after more than a decade of continuous stewardship, right, you just highlighted it, 3 consecutive victories, supply remains a constraint for the NHT, land and infrastructure and execution capacity, as the Prime Minister outlined in his speech, and that is the justification for why the fund is being underutilized. I think that's an admission, Mr. President, that there's something wrong with the underlying framework of the government's approach to delivering housing to the people.
Facts.
I mean, I don't know where you're going to pass the responsibility to after 10 years of being in government.
Facts.
The appropriate response to a supply constraint,
Play that
Mr.
again.
President, is not to that for why the fund is being underutilized. I think that's an admission, Mr. President, that there's something wrong with the underlying framework of the government's approach to delivering housing to the people.
They have failed the people, Jamaica. How much $1,000 Andrew want to say? They want the people to get 13,000, 32,000. So it there what? It there what? 17,000 now? Alright. So every year, when I go get $1,000, 17,000 from 32,000, left 15,000. So Andrew Honest, we are going to keep it honest. Andrew Honest and the administration want to know if you give them high share, want you guys to give them 15 more years to fulfill them promise of $32,000 minimum wage. You understand that, right? If you are to follow the trajectory of the Andrew Honest-led administration, every year them going to $1,000 pound of money for the last 3 years. No, so it go. Every time them raise the pay, they put $1,000 upon it. So them need 15 more years to fulfill for them promise. Jamaica, what can go so? Same thing with the housing situation. Andrew Honest, if you look at Andrew Honest promise for housing, you know, he promised 70,000. You know. I don't think they reached 20,000 houses. You know. Over the entire period since him been in government, Chantel, what's up? I don't think them reach 20,000 houses in Jamaica. You can go look it up on yourself. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think them reach 20,000 houses. Me highly doubt it. Based off of the last numbers them when me look pan. Zing? So, the man is right. The government has failed the people of Jamaica with the function of the NHT. Failed to deliver affordable housing for the people. Someone want to write down everything, you know. Fail to deliver affordable housing. The electricity bill high. Cause of the war. You know, go hear why it is their fault. You know, listen, let's continue.
I mean, I don't know where you're going to pass the responsibility to after 10 years of being in government. The appropriate response to a supply constraint, Mr. President, is not to divert the resources conveniently,
yes,
but to improve how the resources are deployed. There are clear avenues to enhance the utility of the NHD to its contributors. And I acknowledge that the government has taken a step in the right direction, improving the benefits to NHD contributors.
No, I have to big up Chantel for supporting the platform. Chantel reached level 4 in the fan club on TikTok. All of the people on TikTok, help the likes them for go up and help me with the live goal, please. Also, I invite you to become a part of the fan club. Just click join. Just click join. And for my people on YouTube, today are Friday. Bless up the super chat. Bless up the cash app. Bless up the Zelle. Alright? Yes, man. Bless it up, man.
But more can be done. We can expand the benefits even more. We can increase borrower limits. We can make rates even more concessionary. We can broaden the financing arrangements available for homeowners who are contributors. We can contemplate whether we need to reimagine or expand the mandate of the NHD, to extend it to adjacent areas, such as infrastructure, so supporting quality housing. It's not a fund to be raided for convenience, Mr. President.
So the PMP has been doing something consistently that I appreciate. They are not only criticizing the government's approach, they are giving solid solutions. Let's continue.
Mr. President, the principle here remains clear. The NHT was established for a defined purpose. Redirecting its resources, regardless of the level of surpluses, represents a departure from that purpose. That's clear.
Very clear.
And it departs as well from the position that the government previously articulated.
Yes.
So, a housing fund, Mr. President, should not become a fiscal buffer for the government into perpetuity. That's not good policy.
No.
Yet this is what is seemingly occurring. The temporary measure has been embedded as permanent support to hold up the fiscal accounts.
My God.
And while the effects of this, Mr. President, may not be immediate, over time this approach could risk weakening the institution's ability to fulfill its mandate and imposing a deferred cost on future Jamaicans.
Of course.
I'll say it again, it's not a matter of fiscal convenience, and importantly, the reliance predates Hurricane Melissa. It was already embedded in the fiscal accounts. And
right.
So it can't be justified
to
reference the hurricane as being the reason why it's continuing.
Very true.
The second...
Thank you, brother. Don't answer Marlon Morgan. Because him not have no sense. He's a waste man in our government. Let's continue.
Matter, Mr. President, traveling along the same lane, is the asset tax. And, Mr. President, I addressed this matter in detail in a recent debate on the legislation underpinning the measure. So I don't intend to revisit it in full today. But the point remains, the central point remains. The asset tax, like the NHD withdrawals, was introduced as a temporary measure at a particular time in our history. And it has continued unchecked with no specific feedback as to when it will be rolled back. It's now a permanent feature of the tax system.
Yeah.
It's been extended, normalized. There's no reference, there's no certainty with respect to when it will be unwound. And it's...
You remember when Michael Leach in the company CVM interview and talk about the asset tax and about it, I hit him a talk about the asset tax for the business them. I hit him a talk about. That was also a temporary measure. The man did not stop using.
Particularly significant because everybody has accepted that the tax is distortionary. It penalizes capital formation, which, as the minister said, is very important at this time. It discourages retaining financial assets here, which is counter to his own mandate as attracting investments to Jamaica. And it's oftentimes passed on to the customers and investors who ultimately suffer. It's for these reasons, Mr. President, that the measure was originally put forward as a temporary measure, not a permanent one. Instead, now generates over $10 billion annually for the government and has seemingly become a part of the revenue base that's a permanent fixture.
And Isabel Rose, big up. I hear video me play now. The one where you're not the budget part. I'm catch that part here where I talk about the fuel. So it me I go over with the bridge, you know, Raman. In bright, you know. Well educated one, Mr. Ferguson, man, supposed to be proud.
Reinforces the broader concern, Mr. President. And I'll say it again, when temporary measures become permanent and they're retained beyond their lifespan, they are no longer emergency tools. And there's a credibility price that is paid under those circumstances. So in other words, when the fiscal framework is relying on measures that were never designed to be permanent, is the fiscal framework really sustainable to begin with?
It can't be sustainable. Yo, this government don't have no fiscal prudence, they don't have no fiscal discipline. They don't know how to run the economy in Jamaica. Is either that or they refuse to run it the right way. But the way how them run it, only a few is benefiting. And everybody else a ball.
This one predates Melissa, so I don't want to hear that it's because of Melissa that it's in place.
Exactly.
The next example that I'd go to, Mr. President, is one-offs. Right? And the most prominent among them in the previous 2 financial years was securitizations of the revenues emanating from the concession agreements from both the Norman Manley International Airport and the Montego Bay International Airport.
Yes.
Mr. President, these are non-recurring transactions.
Yes.
And, you know, when you think about the measures, Mr. President, and the numbers associated with them, it's very difficult to believe that the fiscal framework was, in fact, on a sustainable path.
Yes.
In financial year 24-25, Mr. President, $75 billion was yielded from the securitization of the NMIA revenue. And in last financial year, well, this financial year, we haven't completed March, $61 billion was yielded from the securitization.
My God.
Now, let me be clear. There is nothing at all inherently wrong with securitization. Right? When properly structured, Mr. President, it is a legitimate financing tool. Right? So yes. I'm not criticizing the securitizations in enough themselves.
Right.
So there's no issue in the instrument. But, Mr. President, the structure and the economic substance is what I want to discuss.
Right.
The transactions, Mr. President, were presented as off-balance sheet financing. It's a way to access liquidity without increasing the sovereign debt, which is fine. But when you think about the nature of the transaction and how it terminates back with Jamaica, we need to examine it. The revenues previously supported the operations of the AAJ. The concession revenues went to them. And now they're being diverted to support the securitization almost exclusively. And the result is now evident, Mr. President. The central government, per the budget, has had to step in this financial year and will be diverting $13 billion. $13 billion to be injected into AAJ to cover the agency's expenses. To include $2 billion for the construction of a new headquarters. At a time, Mr. President, when Jamaicans are being asked to absorb new taxes,
yes,
the country continues to recover from Hurricane Melissa. It raises questions about priorities, Mr. President. But beyond the priorities, there is a more fundamental issue. If the government
hold on the Jamaica. What me understand from what your brother is saying is the funds them where they were using this tool to divert the funds consistently over some period of time. But those funds really supposed to help the AAJ to deal with certain things now because of the practice of consistently removing the fund. The ability of the AAJ to run itself now is hampered. So now the government have to inject $13 billion our tax dollars into the AAJ. Isn't that 13 billion out of the 18 billion? New taxes? How would the blows and skirt? So more than half. So that are the root cause of the problem. Why they have to be taxing us this $18 billion? That are the root cause. That are more than half of the $18 billion. You know? Mighty God. So the man is explaining Jamaica where the problem is, where the root of the problem how the man got to a while ago, you know. Jeez, I hope you guys listen this young man over again, you know, and really pencil it in on the brain with the man is saying, you know. I am not the best at the terminologies when it comes to the economical terminologies. But what I'm understanding from it is the years of practicing what the government has practiced, right, has resulted in a weakening of this particular entity, the AAJ, in dealing with their own business. I'm going to play it again. Because the word play it again. The word
over the agency's expenses. We thought this financial year and will be diverting $13 billion. $13 billion to be injected into AAJ to cover the agency's expenses, to include $2 billion for the construction of a new headquarters. At a time, Mr. President, when Jamaicans are being asked to absorb new revenues went to them, and now they're being diverted to support the securitization. The revenues previously supported the operations of the AAJ.
So, the revenues that supported the operations of the AAJ was diverted to do other things. Now the AAJ need the revenue, and because them do that the practice there, now we the taxpayer have to pay fee. Jamaica, in essence, they not run the economy good. Tiny big up yourself. They not run the economy good. They are not managing the affairs. And I want to take you back to Edward Siaga, ladies and gentlemen. Because, like father, like son, you know. Like father, like son. Let me go to this article real quick. I'll find the exact quote. This was an embarrassment. Things got so bad at BOJ in 1985. A load of crude oil arrived to be offloaded at Montego Bay Terminal. Right? But the captain refused to unload the oil until he received payment from the JLP government. Want to hear me, I say, Jamaica? Hugh Hart, as Minister of Tourism and Energy, during that time, had to quickly gather up, with the help of the police, US dollar donations from private businessmen in Mobay to pay for the crude oil. Want to hear me say? Siaga never have the money, Jamaica, to pay for the crude oil. The man them have to go to businessmen to gather up US dollars. After a successful effort of the JLP government begging private citizens to pay its oil bill, the BOJ was able to pay the cargo ship captain his money. He unloaded the crude oil and left Jamaica shores. What an embarrassment. This government right now is going down this exact same path that Edward Siaga went down between 1980 and 1989. Jamaica, mark my word, at the same. You remember in the healthcare system when the people them that actually, you know, the manufacturers that source them with equipment for the hospital, say them now get them money, Jamaica. You remember? There was an issue with them getting paid. There is a fundamental problem with how the Jamaica Labour Party run this country and run with finances. It is in their DNA From Edward Siaga days, can you imagine a crude oil ship come with oil to load off? And the man them don't have the money to pay the man them. And it's like a continuous problem. So the man say, yo, me nah go to the oil if you not give me my money, you know? The man then say, yo, can you imagine the man? Yo, this is so embarrassing. Unbelievable, but it's in the article. I have it right here, but let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty God.
The concession revenues went to them. And now they're being diverted to support the securitization almost exclusively. And the result is now evident, Mr. President. The central government, for the budget, has had to step in this financial year and will be diverting $13 billion. $13 billion to be injected into AAJ to cover the agency's expenses, to include $2 billion for the construction of a new headquarters.
Wow.
At a time, Mr. President, when Jamaicans are being asked to absorb new taxes.
Oh, and by the way, he must be talking about $13 billion Jamaica. The budget is 18 billion US. No, sir. Some retract that. $18 billion US. No, sir. If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
The country continues to recover from Hurricane Melissa. It raises questions about priorities,
Nicky Slims.
Mr. President.
But
beyond the priorities, there is a more fundamental issue. If the government receives a large upfront inflow, as was said by the opposition spokesman on finance, effectively a salary advance, and thereafter must make recurring transfers to sustain the entity from whom the revenue was monetized.
Yes.
Then what's the true nature of that arrangement? Right? Because it sounds very familiar, Minister Hill. It sounds very familiar. So you receive an upfront lump sum, you receive our money today, and they make payments over time. Mr. President, that sounds to me like the structure of a loan.
What? No, Raman, Mr. Raman Small Ferguson, you're dangerous. That is exactly right. So it's a loan them take from them and I pay them back the 13 billion. What a bangarang. What a nastiness in the Jamaica Labour Party. No man, Michelle Wagwan.
Hence, this thing that was presented as non-debt financing to balance the budget, in substance, resembles borrowing.
Yes.
Then what is it? It is, Mr. President.
Ask if we can just, you in particular, Senator Brown, give Senator Small Ferguson an opportunity to complete.
Mr. President, I'll continue. Just to reiterate my point.
Blessings. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
The matter was presented, Mr. President, as non-debt financing to balance the budget. Yet, it resembles borrowing that ultimately returns to the balance sheet of the government and by extension the Jamaican people. And importantly, this reliance on one-off transactions was evident before Hurricane Melissa. It's not because of Hurricane Melissa.
Right.
These inflows of 75 billion in 1 year, 61 billion in another year, supported the appearance of a fiscal balance. But they're not durable or recurring. It reinforces the central point. The fiscal position was clearly in trouble before the hurricane. The final point I'll touch on, Mr. President, in relation to this area of my presentation, is the special consumption tax on fuel.
Yes.
And the hedging policy, which I know those on that side don't know much about because there hasn't been any hedging in the last 10 years.
Yes.
The pattern has continued, Mr. President, with this special consumption tax. It was introduced in 2015 to support an insurance program that was supposed to help to protect Jamaica from the vagaries of volatility in global oil prices.
Jamaica, when you hear that? I heard this argument about the hedging and the insurance from Colin Bell show. Big up Colin Bell. So that particular insurance and hedging was that the hedging part was cut 10 years ago. But look at us now, Jamaica. War start. We could use that right now to protect us from these high oil prices. So when you say everything in Jamaica Labour Party do is backward, everything what the PMP put forward, them broke it down, and it ended up to be something that would have helped us in our time of crisis. The man is the weapon that is formed against this country. I'm telling you. Let's play it back for full context.
the special consumption tax on fuel.
Yes.
And the hedging policy.
Hedging policy. Hedging policy.
Which I know those on that side don't know much about because there hasn't been any hedging in the last 10 years.
You hear that?
The pattern has continued, Mr. President, with this special consumption tax. It was introduced in 2015 to support an insurance program that was supposed to help to protect Jamaica from the vagaries of volatility in global oil prices.
Yes.
I recall. I'm going to get to that, Minister Hill. I'm going to get to that. I'll say it on the mic so the public won't need to struggle to hear. It was tied at that time, Mr. President, to a clear objective. That $7 per litre that the Jamaican people pay at the pump was tied to a clear objective. And it was implemented following wholesome consultation, the same consultation that the minister just suggested with the private sector. And the objective was to reduce our exposure to oil. At that time, it was rational, it was necessary. Oil continues to be.
What go on, listen?
Welcome to
mitigate the impact of
initial level control.
To mitigate the impact of adverse oil price movements on the fiscal accounts and the Jamaican people. The rationale, Mr. President, was widely implicit. Mr. President, perhaps the most years, Mr. President. The fiscal position was supported by one-off transactions, temporary measures made permanent, the conditions and the environment. I have certainly established to the objective viewer a few clear points. Capital moves when there are credible opportunities. Money goes where it is comfortable. When there are good projects, well structured, properly risk managed, and capable. When gas prices and oil prices were moving in a similar direction to which they. I recall. I'm going to get to that, Minister Hill. I'm going to get to that. I'll say it on
Jody, what's up, Jody?
The public won't need to struggle to hear.
It
was tied at that time, Mr. President, to a clear objective. That $7 per litre that the Jamaican people pay at the pump was tied to a clear objective.
Right.
And it was implemented following wholesome consultation, the same consultation that the minister just suggested with the private sector. And the objective was to reduce our exposure to oil. At that time, it was rational, it was necessary. Oil continues to be one of our major expenses, both directly and indirectly. And our reliance on it represents the most significant, in my view, source of shock for our people.
Yes.
The intent was straightforward, to create a form of financial protection, an insurance mechanism to mitigate the impact of adverse oil price movements on the fiscal accounts and the Jamaican people.
Yes.
The rationale, Mr. President, was widely understood and supported.
Yes.
As the PSOJ said at the time, in 2016, the cost of $20 million, which was the cost at the time to mitigate a potential $400 million risk, like insurance, makes good business sense.
Yes.
So you can support insurance when it comes to disaster preparedness, but you don't support insurance when it comes to our single largest exposure. So let's...
Backside. No, this man is bringing some sound argument. So, on one hand, the Jamaica Labour Party wants to be prudent and wave their hat and say, yeah man, you know, we paid insurance just in case a storm hits us, and see, we have the money now because of that insurance. Then when the PMP was preparing for the oil disaster, for the oil hurricane that is coming for us right now, because they had vision. When they put that in place, why did you guys take it out? And now see there, war start now with Iran. And now oil prices going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Hi Decade, how are you? Long time don't see, darling. Miss you, boo.
Let's not pretend like we don't understand the concept of insurance. You pay the insurance for the disaster preparedness, there is no storm, you don't complain. So if you pay the premium and oil prices move in your favor, why are you going to complain?
Exactly. If it is prudent and intelligent and wise to pay for an insurance for a storm that might not come or might come, why isn't it prudent for you to continue to pay the edge on the fuel for the time when the fuel prices actually go high? Eh? And they totally forgot about what happened, what Venezuela did for us. Exactly. That is good point, Annie Isabel Rose. Guys, make sure you go follow Annie Isabel Rose on YouTube and support the movement. What a set of ungrateful, hey.
The policy was sound, Mr. President. The only failure of the policy, you pay the insurance for the disaster preparedness, there is no storm, you don't complain. So if you pay the premium and oil prices move in your favor, why are you going to complain? The policy was sound, Mr. President. The only failure of the policy was that it was abandoned. And in more recent years, this government...
Wow. So JLP failed the people again. Only hear that? The only failure of the policy is that it was abandoned. It was abandoned by the Jamaica Labour Party. I 10 years now. The man them dash the thing, brother. Yo.
Mr. President has justified retaining the tax on the basis of fiscal flexibility and the ability to provide targeted relief. The former Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, in the 2022-2023 budget debate, when gas prices and oil prices were moving in a similar direction to which they are today, indicated that the government needed to exercise discretionary interventions rather than a structured hedging framework.
Hear that? Let's play that again. When Nigel Clark said,
when gas prices and oil prices were moving in a similar direction to which they are today, indicated that the government needed to exercise discretionary interventions rather than a structured hedging framework.
So discretionary intervention is better than a structural framework to battle oil prices, sudden inflationary oil prices. So all Jamaican people listen to liberate them when they say them something and jump up and clap. Isn't structure always better? Structure mean preparation, you know. Structure mean readiness. We understand, or I understand, in life you have to be able to be flexible when necessary, meaning something might happen that is outside of your preparation structure. But you should always have a preparation structure. You should not abandon a preparation structure if you can prepare to say, you know what, Father God, this is like the moment when Omar Newell asked Favour Williams in the Parliament about a certain situation with I think it's the $150 million. And you say, him say, we're hoping with you. You remember that? It's the same mentality. The Jamaica Labour Party have, we're hoping that things go well mentality. They don't have we are going to prepare properly, right? So that things at least, we can know, so we can resist, have that level of resistance there for this particular level of damage. The man there that. Mighty God. No man. I need to find a clip there. I need to find a clip with Omar Newell. And I know I have it, I know I have it. But I don't know if I have it on TikTok. No, this is serious. Hold on, there are this.
The Roblox lady.
Roblox lady, no. Where's Omar Newell? No man. Omar Newell come to the front of the class. Hey, Annie Isabel Rose, you don't have it on your page. When Omar Newell is say, retete.
And that, Mr. President, is not sufficient. It does not address the central issue. The tax was introduced for a specific purpose.
Yes.
To fund a sustained program to protect Jamaicans from oil price volatility.
Yes.
Instead, the proceeds have been absorbed into general revenues, and the underlying framework has not been maintained. In effect, we've moved from structured protection to reactive intervention.
Mighty God. Mighty God. Good afternoon. Team Opal in the building. Keisha, what's up? The man they move from structural protection.
Revenues, and the underlying framework has not been maintained. In effect, we've moved from structured protection to reactive intervention. The reality is that the tax is easy to collect and it yields significant revenue.
Yes.
But convenience cannot be the basis of sound policy. Tax was there for a reason. It's easier clearly for the government to retain the tax than maintain the discipline of exercising the structured program to protect us. The consequences, however, is that the Jamaican people are left fully exposed. Mr. President, the opposition has consistently taken a clear position in relation to this. Either you remove the tax, given that it no longer delivers the intended benefit, or you restore the protection that the Jamaican people are still effectively paying for.
Simple.
Mr. President, the protection is necessary. Jamaica remains highly exposed to oil price shocks.
Yes.
We're not an oil-producing country, and our energy system remains heavily fuel-dependent. Heavily fuel-dependent. Limited diversification in the last 10 years. In effect, Mr. President, we continue to collect the premium, but we've discontinued the insurance. And now we're seeing the consequences. Since the start of the year, Mr. President, oil prices across the board are up over 60%.
Mighty God.
And they're hovering now near to $100 per barrel, well below the $60+ per barrel estimate that I understand is assumed in the budget.
Yes.
This is not a marginal shift, Mr. President.
No.
It's a fundamental change in one of the most important cost drivers in our economy. And while the effect on the fiscal accounts may be nuanced, because of course higher oil prices means higher revenue in some areas, but it also means higher cost. What is clear, Mr. President, is that the Jamaican people are feeling it. Right? Gas prices have gone up every week for the last how many weeks? And if things are not resolved in relation to the conflict between the US and Iran, they will continue to go. So it means Jamaican people are paying more at the pump. They're going to be paying more for electricity bills. And, Mr. President, they're going to be paying more taxes. The burden is compounded, Mr. President. It's compounded at a time when Jamaican people are still feeling the effects of Hurricane Melissa. If there was a sustained hedging framework, Mr. President, if that was in place, some of this burden could be mitigated. Instead, the resources have been diverted to other purposes. And once again, Mr. President, this predates Hurricane Melissa. Mr. President, if we step back from the individual examples and consider them in aggregate, a clear picture emerges. If we look at the last 2 financial years, Mr. President, the fiscal position was supported by one-off transactions, temporary measures made permanent, and revenue redirections. And if we look at the aggregate of just the 4 measures that I mentioned, we're looking at between $80 and $100 billion of impact on the fiscal numbers. So I said, Mr. President, even without Hurricane Melissa, I asked the question how we were going to replace the $70 billion yielded from the securitization in 24-25 and the $61 billion yielded in 25-26. The answer must be beyond just economic growth. That's nebulous. How do you replace those big numbers in the budget? Because these inflows, Mr. President, are not repeatable. The Minister of Finance on Tuesday spoke about the impact of non-recurring revenue. And I say, how do we plug this non-recurring revenue? Mr. President, I want to turn to another matter in relation to the budget, which is the proposed reforms to the financial sector framework.
No, me not go this up. Me a stick pan the fuel. And the fuel me a stick pan. Good day, Jamaica, America, bless. Big up yourself. Consider joining the fan club, you know what I mean, if you appreciate the program. If it's your first time, trust me, you won't regret it. Paula, big up yourself, Paula Wagwan. Jamaica, Daryl Vaz again is asking for transparency after JPL tells customers to expect higher bills. What Mr. Ramon Small Ferguson has posited about the fuel and the age and the insurance and the tax and the discontinuation of the program for 10 years, Daryl Vaz need to ask in government, look within for transparency. I don't know the problem. They are the reason why we light bill gone up so high. In every way, shape, and form, Jamaica. I kid you not. And I'm going to take it a step further where our fuel prices are concerned. But let us go to Fayeval. Make us go to Fayeval. Because I find the clip, Jamaica. I found the clip. Remember this?
You know, with the size and the quantum of their. So remember, there's an amount that was put into the contingency fund in finance, specifically to finance those requests, those Melissa-related requests when they come in. As you know, well over, I think the number is about 160 or 168 or so schools were damaged. The Ministry of Education had to send out their assessors to assess the damage. We knew that they would come with a significant request, and so that allocation in the contingency would be taken out at that time when they come, you know, with the size and the quantum of their request.
So is it that ahead of the tabling of the supplementary last week, this information was not available because it was not placed there? So it suggests that it is either an error or new information came in. I'm not clear what it is. So was it just a placeholder last week?
So I'm advised by the FS that the details just was not available at the time of preparation of the document.
Okay, so you used the best figure that you had at the time.
Used it, right, and again, the amount that's set aside for Melissa contingency was the account out.
No, I'm clear on the set aside, Minister. What I wasn't clear on is the significant difference that would have, which I welcome, because 1 million per school was way inadequate.
No, that was just for cleanup.
15,007, Minister. I want to direct you there. And page allow for our loan of 150 million to be repaid back to us. I'm asking if JPS and the JPS. Multilaterals working out an agreement for that loan to become available.
We've given or undertaken to JPS.
No, Minister, I'm speaking specifically to, I quoted you from the Hansard, where you said the 450 million, what that will do is allow for our loan of 150 million to be repaid back to us. I'm asking if that was accurate, or if you would accept that that was a premature statement.
It was a statement that we believe will happen because...
We wish along with you, Minister. Thanks.
What? I'm sorry?
JPS and the multilaterals working out to do is allow for a loan of 150 million to be repaid.
This is a part of serious Jamaica. We have to start from the top.
We'd have to get an explanation for that.
We have to start from the top.
From the office of the...
Who remember this?
Thank you, Minister. In your presentation last week, you said already our international partners have indicated that within that package that's announced, there's about 450 million for JPS. And what that will do is allow for a loan of 150 million to be repaid back to us, so we get back the liquidity. Minister, would you agree that just based on the questions asked earlier and the answers that you have given, that that statement is premature and the loan is at now speculative at best?
What do you mean by speculative?
Meaning the loan is not there. It depends on JPS and the multilaterals working out an agreement for that loan to become available.
We've given or undertaken to JPS.
No, Minister, I'm speaking specifically to, I quoted you from the Hansard, where you said the 450 million, what that will do is allow for our loan of 150 million to be repaid back to us. I'm asking if that was accurate, or if you would accept that that was a premature statement.
It was It was a statement that we believe will happen because...
We wish along with you, Minister. Thanks.
What? I'm sorry? I never said we believe will happen.
So, Minister, what I want to find out.
Jamaica, what Omar Newell did there was expose the belly of the beast with the finance management of the JLP. On one hand, she came in the parliament and said, what that money will do is this. But based off the additional information, looking through the agreement and through the details of the loan from the multilaterals, it is that it will depend upon certain things whether them get the loan. Why am I playing this? Well, the reason why is to show you that this is the I hope it works government. They don't like structure. That is why they remove the insurance from and the insurance policy 10 years ago with the fuel prices. Them still take the tax, you know, but them not funding the insurance. Because according to Raman Small, when name Nigel Clark says it's better to have some type of spiritual intervention in helping with oil prices than to have a structure in place. The most intelligent of them, the best finance minister they ever got, Jamaica, Nigel Clark, is saying that on record that it's better to have a spiritual thing where when something happens, you just attack it, you respond, you react. So basically this is the reactive government. They don't prepare very well for external shocks. And now we are here with an $18 billion tax package hitting us on sugary drinks and all these things. With online shopping and everything. And now the oil prices are going up, Jamaica. And because the oil prices are going up, our electricity prices are going up. Everything is, our food cost is going up. And in some instances, it might even affect our water bill as well. You hear them talking about the water is going to be turned off sometimes because Jamaica don't have enough water. Can you imagine? The land of food and water don't have enough water. What is happening with the water? Some of the Chinese are getting property and places where a lot of water is running through, right? And what is allegedly happening is that they are hoarding the water on their property, ladies and gentlemen, cutting off water supply from where it normally would run to, so as to help their construction situation. That is one of the allegations out there. Can you imagine Lifeline? Can you imagine? No. Let's go back a little bit more into the history of this, because again, this is a pattern by the Jamaica Labour Party. This JIS reading, government removes GCT on residential light bill. This was Mama P, you know. You can go on the JIS website and type in government removes GCT on residential light bill. June 5th, 2012. The government has removed the general consumption tax on electricity bills for all residential customers, making good on an election promise. This is Mama P. This was announced by Prime Minister the Most Honorable Portia Simpson-Miller on June 5th while making her contributions to the 2012-2013 budget debate in the House of Representatives. We made promises before the election to relieve the burden of GCT on electricity, particularly on poor and struggling middle class. So, Mama P looking out for the poor again, ladies and gentlemen. Sharon, how you doing? No. Why am I playing? Why did I read that? Well, we have to go to the changes that was made. That's why I'm reading it. Light bill will go up. Posted by Siobhan Campbell, the 11th of March 2017. President and CEO of the Jamaica Public Service, Kelly Tomblin, right, says most of her customers will likely see an increase in their electricity bill. This is as the government yesterday announced Right? Let's go to the next screenshot. Announced the GCT on it. The change was announced yesterday by Finance Minister Audley Shaw during his budget presentation. A 16.5% general consumption tax will be added. So Jamaica, look at the timeline. Look at the timeline. 2012, Mama P removed the general consumption tax. You know, where Audley Shaw do in 2017. Put the 16.5% general consumption tax back for a light bill. Una wonder why on a light bill I blame the JLP. This is the evidence. Una can go look up the article. Blame the JLP. Blame the JLP. A 16.5% general consumption tax will be added to the bills of all JPS customers who use more than 150 kilowatt hour monthly. So, when you use anything over 150 kilowatt hour monthly, you know, 16.5% of general consumption tax I go pay your bill, you know. Mark that down, you know. The Minister Shaw, Audley Shaw says the move will not affect 61% of the residential customers. According to him, this will not affect the poor. Here where Ms. Tomlinson said. However, Ms. Tomlinson says average electricity usage is going up and currently is above that threshold. That means all of the poor people are going to suffer Jamaica. And we have been suffering because of them from that time till now with our light bills. They put back the general consumption tax and then put the threshold to be 150 kilowatt per hour monthly. Or 150 kilowatt hour monthly. And Ms. Tomlinson, who is the head of the JPS, said, we have passed that threshold. If he did his due diligence, I don't know if he did, he would have recognized that that is true. But I believe they did it on purpose, Jamaica. Them don't care. All them do is suffer the poor people, them. Them talk about the People's National Party where taxes is concerned and collecting taxes, but them find a way to suffer with tax. And if you don't think I lie, me I tell me, I go to the article with Edward Siaga in the 1980s. Right? Listen to this. The PMP did not contest the election in 1983. So JLP had all 60 seats in the parliament and 21 in the Senate. With no opposition in parliament, Siaga began to indiscriminately wield his axe. This included the tax axe as well as his axing of many government departments, resulting in widespread disclosures and thousands of redundancies. 18,000 public sector workers lost their jobs. He dismantled the structure of local government systems, leaving the parish council with the singular responsibility of managing markets, cemeteries, bereft of funds. That means that them now have done Jamaica. The only duty left for mayors to perform without authority of the Minister of Local Government was that of approving exhuming dead bodies. So even the mayor them, the only power they had independently, void of the Ministry of Local Government, was to approve the exhuming of dead bodies. It goes on to say, this is the article, Merle, how you doing? Wanna follow me? Jamaica in Focus, big up. Big up Jamaica in Focus, love the platform. It goes on to say, the KSAC was abolished. Duncanfield and Gray in Sugar Estate was closed. Money Teachers College and Jamaica School of Agriculture closed. Edward Siaga do this in the 1980s, you know? An auction system introduced where those who wanted foreign exchange to conduct business could apply to the BOJ twice per week on Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, the auction system introduced where those who wanted foreign exchange to conduct business could apply at BOJ twice per week, Thursday and Tuesday. Several hospitals were either closed or downgraded, including Ulster Spring, Spalding's Alexandria, Noel Holmes, Ultra Spring, Spalding's Alexandria, Noel Holmes in Lucy, Hardly in St. Thomas, listed to be downgraded, Anatabe, etc. The community health aid program was abolished. The community health aid program was abolished, Jamaica. The spraying of ganja, justifiably or unjustifiably, were damaging other legitimate economic efforts on the rural poor, in particularly bees, farm and coffee. So, Edward Siaga was spraying the ganja, and it wasn't just killing the ganja, it was affecting the bees and the coffee. Jamaica, do you know how important bees is to a healthy, natural environment? Do you guys understand if bees was to be extinct? Dog nyam with supper. Do you guys understand this? Bees carry out a very important job in the natural ecosystem. So do ants, worms. Only need to understand these things. So this man was spraying the ganja because you know the liberate them don't like ganja, you know. You know the liberate them don't like Rasta, you know. So they were killing out the ganja and killing out the bees and the coffee farm. Agriculture get eaten in Jamaica. Things got so bad. Oh, I read this part already. With the crude oil and them have to go to businessmen for get donations to pay for the crude oil. At the same article, Jamaica. It said this is why they refused to gazette the Local Government Act of 2016, which make local government autonomous. Very interesting. Very interesting. They want to keep all the power in central government. That makes things bad for us. Yes, it is a dictatorial style of government. It is a dictatorial style of government. Raytown, you know what time? Big up Raytown, big up all of Raytown. Big up Mama, hey, big up Rosalie Hamilton. Raytown, make sure someone stand behind Rosalie, you know. Make sure someone protect Rosalie, you know. Make sure someone protect Rosalie. Alright, I will soon go upon Rosalie right now. So the point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be feeling some very, very serious financial times. It's going to be hard for us to even find food to eat. It's going to be very hard for us moving forward under this Jamaica Labour Party. Alright? Jamaica, the local government is responsible for most of the things that affect our daily lives. Exactly. They are right there, touching and feeling us. The local government. If you have proper funding in the local government, it reaches the people more. There's less of a trickling effect. You understand? If local government is given the right resources and they are managed and used with integrity, the people will feel the power of good governance. You understand? But unfortunately, that's not the case. Quite unfortunate, that's not the case. So we have a government who are reactive and hopeful. Again, the suggestion from the economic Mr. Julian Robinson, the spokesperson for finance for the People's National Party. His suggestion about tax collection, strengthening tax collection, the electronic invoices, them just need to do it quickly, right away. Don't even bother itch. Don't tell me say it's going to take 2 years. Tell us that we are putting our resources behind this 100%, and we are trying to get it implemented as soon as possible. After 1 year, well, we have an assessment for you. We have been able to implement the system to 20%, and so far it has yielded tax collection of this amount. And then compare it before with the same companies them years before, how much money you were collecting from them when they actually chose to tell you what they made instead of you knowing exactly what they made from the electronic invoicing. And you can say, well, it appears that we were being robbed potentially for years, and this system is doing exactly what we intended it to do, to make sure that we collect more taxes instead of taxing the people them more. If the people them don't have it, Jamaica, me not have it. Me a ball out to myself, I don't have it. I don't. Rent is high. Food prices is high. I don't have it. I can't tell when last I buy a shoes put on my foot. I don't have it. And right now, I'm not even focused to buy no shoes put on my foot. Right now, if I get some money right now, I have to pay bills and expand this that I'm doing right here, so. Equipment, phones, laptops, you understand? Bluetooth speakers, microphones, headphones, right? Lighting, green screen, black green screen, some of the things that are on my list. So we can turn up the presentation even more. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be live at 8:45 on PDTV tonight. So I'm asking you guys to join in your hundreds and thousands. Yes? I don't even know when me and Andrea are going to discuss, but I don't know. We are going to talk about the affairs of the country. You understand? So I want to make sure someone check in. And big up on Naja TV. See? No, Jamaica. This article is on fuel again. Fuel dealers accuse Total Energies Jamaica of unfair pricing practices. For this to come in the paper, it's very interesting. Let me play the audio. Let me play the audio. Why is it not playing? Alright, something wrong with their website, so let me just refresh it and go again. Let's go.
Nationwide News spoke with one of the dealers who's currently under contract with Total Energies Jamaica Limited. The dealer, who requested anonymity out of fear of his contract being terminated, outlined a litany of what he says are unfair business practices by the fuel supply company. The dealer says the company, which has been operating as a fuel supplier in Jamaica for over 20 years, has taken a turn for the worse under the new leadership of its managing director, Vincent Daniault. The dealer says, among other things,
what? Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys.
Total Energies has increased the rents and franchise fees significantly.
He has hiked up the rent significantly. Some persons have seen increases in rent up to 1,000%, but because we have a license agreement and not a lease agreement, so I guess they're arguing that it's legal. When they do this now, on the back end, what they do is that they want to dictate the price that you sell the gas at, they want to monitor your sales, and they want a percentage of your profit, all the while maintaining the margin at the front, and I'm not talking about small margin.
The dealer further argues that Total Energies is using coercive tactics to dictate how they should sell the gas. To add fuel to the fire, the supplier reportedly provides different prices to dealers located on the same stretch, creating an unfair advantage.
For argument's sake, he's buying 87 for $187. The total station that is beside him is selling the 87 for $185. So they are selling the gas cheaper than what he's buying the gas for from Total. They'll say that
they're selling the gas cheaper than what he's buying the gas for. So you have a, remember say a competition, you have gas station beside gas station. So how them are going to sell for them gas? Mighty God, Cynthia, how you doing? When I hear this? So it's not only we the poor people that be suffering, you know, man. The people that have done business are suffer too, you know. If these things are allowed to happen, what is going to happen to those businesses? They are going to go bankrupt. They're not going to be able to make a profit. Is this economic gentrification happening in the business world? Is there a monopoly? That is, who owns Total Energy? This needs to be investigated, you know. This needs to be investigated.
Persons are dealers, but for example, we have Santander, that so-called new dealer is an employee to Total, and basically they give the person the station to run. But the arrangement and the prices, that person cannot be making any money.
The source is...
Wait. What are they? I don't want to tell life away, man. I say, I'm going to go back, because it's serious. Jamaica, I am just hearing this audio for the first time. Let's go back to this part.
No, on the back end, what they do is that they want to dictate the price that you sell the gas at, they want to monitor your sales, and they want a percentage of your profit, all the while maintaining the margin at the front. And I'm not talking about small margin.
The dealer further argues that Total Energies is using coercive tactics to dictate how they should sell the gas. To add fuel to the fire, the supplier reportedly provides different prices to dealers located on the same stretch, creating an unfair advantage.
I just wanted to make sure that I heard that. So allegedly, they're giving fuel supply, who they supply fuel to, different prices on the same stretch. Okay.
Argument sake is buying 87 for $187. The Total station that is beside him is selling the 87 for $185. So they are selling the gas cheaper than what he's buying the gas for from Total.
So the two gas stations they beside one another on the same stretch of road. So people have options, they can go to anyone they want. The allegation is that this person is getting the price, two of them are getting the gas from the same entity, Total Energies, allegedly, right? This person is getting it at a cheaper cost. So the person that is getting it at a cheaper cost is able to sell their gas at the price that this person bought the gas from Total Energies. Jamaica, that is crazy. That is what you call, that is economical suicide for a business. How the business is going to be? How the business is going to make a profit? So to compete with the gas station beside him, he's going to have minimal profit or none at all. Because if the fuel price is 50 cents over theirs, it's the same quality gas that come from the same place. We want to assume the quality is going to be the same. That's crazy. That's madness. That is absolute madness.
This is our dealer, but for example, we have Santander, that so-called new dealer is an employee to Total, and basically they give the person the station to run. But the arrangement and the prices, that person cannot be making any money.
The source says any form of complaint or criticism is met with harsh penalties. This was evident, the dealer says, following a meeting with Energy Minister Darrell Vaz a few weeks ago. It's understood the dealers, who are represented by the Jamaica Gasoline Retailers Association, JGRA, had to source a lawyer to represent them. This as they were reluctant to air the concerns themselves out of fear of being terminated. But this did not stop Total Energies from terminating at least 2 contracts so far.
The first people that terminated today, he went to that meeting. After the meeting, the MD told him that he was a snake, basically, and he did not respect him nor Total. And he knew then that he was mad, but he did not expect that they would retaliate against him so quickly. And they retaliated against him almost immediately at even a month. Everybody at JGR is afraid of this man. Every Total dealer.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide.
Retaliated against him so quickly, and they retaliated against him almost immediately at even a month. Everybody at JGR is afraid of this man. Every Total dealer.
Everybody.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide.
Every Total dealer is afraid of this man. No. Jamaica. What is going on in our fuel and energy sector? There has to be something that the government can do to regulate the situation. That is crazy. So there is a dictatorship allegedly happening here, right? There's a monopoly happening here. And now that the prices are going up because of the war, with that type of alleged situation or modus operandi, how they're conducting business, as explained by the man a while ago. What do you think is going to happen to those business places? Them are going to die out. This is a form of gentrification on the business where the business of fuel is concerned. At some point, they're going to be forced to close down their business. Millions of dollars will be lost. People will lose their jobs because they cannot keep up. Jamaica, the prices are going to go up. Fuel is going up, and it's going to go up even more. The war in Iran, there's no end in sight at this point. So if you drive a vehicle, mighty God, even the persons that are selling gas is in trouble. Allegedly, according to this article, the persons that are getting their gas from Total Energies. This has to be investigated, man. No, man. We need to hear from Darrell Vaz. We need to hear from Darrell Vaz. We need to hear from Andrew Honest about this. Right? Because this is going to affect everybody. It's not just the dealer them this is going to affect. Mighty God. I know Vaz is asking the JPS forgive transparency. Darrell Vaz, the most untransparent person. Let me play this.
In the press release from the JPS in relation.
Let me play this, Jamaica. I'm going to refresh your page. Make we hear Darrell Vaz. Very massive.
I've seen the press release from the JPS in relation to increases due to the Middle East war. Not surprising based on obviously the increase in the cost of fuel. However, I'm making sure that the OUR is on top of it in relation to the justifications and the amounts so that we make sure that there is transparency and accountability.
Oh, the OUR is on it. Well, not much the deficit they say in Jamaica. We can't tell you that right now. Nothing much is there to see there. Now Jamaica. So we've been to fuel, we've been to the economy, we've been to the policies of the government in regards to fuel. From 10 years ago, the removal of the insurance, but yet they're collecting the taxes and putting it into some consolidated fund to use for other things where their budget is concerned. And now the fuel prices are going up. That was not a prudent decision by them. It's like coming to us and telling us that climate change is real, you know, and then not preparing for climate change, not cleaning the gutters, not fixing the roads properly, not making sure that the drains are clear and they are structured to move the water and not to lessen and mitigate the damage on the road itself. So it's one thing to talk. That's all they do is talk. What about the preparation? You can't come tell about climate change and not prepare for it. You can't decide to not have some type of policy in place where housing and building construction is, because now we are getting regular category 5 storms. We're getting these monsters. So now there should be some policy and legislation out there where people have to go, you know, whatever house them have now, if it don't fit the standard for the sake of, and especially business places, you see they assist them or something. Because people's lives being disrupted affects the economy drastically. Right? Right now, they are taxing people, the few people in Jamaica that's working, you know, because the majority of people is not working, especially in the West. Thank God for the remittances, thank God for people who send them money from overseas. Right? So they can put some food on them table, although they're homeless. people still live on at appalling. The stories are grim. People are texting me from Westmoreland. The stories are grim, Jamaica. And now there's an article that I just saw that says almost 100 people still sheltering in schools after Melissa. After almost 6 months. Let me play the tape. Refresh the page, guys. Look, it's a page I need refreshing all the while. Revolt.
From the report I have, we still have 8 schools that are active shelters. The numbers have reduced significantly. For the entire of the 8 schools, we only have 93 shelteries in our schools. So we have 1 with 3, 1 with 1, 1 with 1, 1 with 7, 1 with 8. The highest number is still at Petersfield with 40 shelteries.
So Petersfield is, you know, say Westmoreland. That was one of the ones that was a big controversy. Thank you guys for liking up the video and sharing up the video. We know we can get some more people in here. Share the video with 20 persons that they never shared it with before. Alright? Yeah, man.
It's really significantly reduced in terms of the number of persons on our school compound. But I must say that we have been working with our shelteries. Our principals have put things in place to accommodate the people who we are helping as shelteries. They are parents and relatives of the children in our schools. They are relatives of teachers who work in our schools. So they are not strangers that the school community knows. We are grateful that as a ministry, we can support our people of this country who are in need at such a time like this.
Very interesting comments from her. Sounded positive, but I don't think you're getting any brownie points for after 5 months, people still in a shelter. There's just no way. There's no way you can get brownie points with that. Absolutely. I'm sorry, but this government is an absolute failure. Absolute. You know how much money them get, Jamaica? Have you guys really calculated the amount of money they have gotten?
Welcome back to Primetime News and a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, the government's much publicized restoration of owner and occupant family shelter roofs program is now under scrutiny. A growing number of hurricane victims say they're being turned away empty-handed in Western Jamaica. Sandy Williams has that story.
The frustration is raw, visible, and growing. From as far as St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland and across Trelawney, Hanover, and St. James, hurricane-weary residents are making exhausting journeys only to return home empty-handed.
Jamaica, wanna hear that? Zion Love, big up. Merle, big up. Matthew, what's up? I am K, what's up? Faye Thompson, big up. The people them traveling from distance to go collect the little relief money to go fix up their roof. I don't know say money not enough, Jamaica. And although the money little bit, the people them have to travel from so far to go one central location. I tell you, hey.
Ernest Hendricks, traveling from St. Elizabeth, sums it up bluntly.
You can't have so many people coming into one place, and it's causing a lot of chaos.
Yes.
That one place is a single distribution point in Montego Bay, St. James. Now the focal point of mounting anger under the government's $10 billion roof program launched to help families rebuild after the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. Under the initiative, approved applicants are to receive $75,000 for minor damage, $200,000 for major damage, $500,000 for severe destruction. Funds can be accessed through hardware stores, digital vouchers, or direct payments. But on the ground, residents say the system is breaking down. They claim they were all advised to collect the funds at one location in St. James. Pamela Campbell, who left Darlington in Westmoreland, has been trying for 3 days.
Every day I come here, some money done, and not even 5 person get through. I came yesterday and I don't get trying to see up my daughter in West Green. I came up here this morning 4 o'clock. I came here, I still can't get through.
not even 5 person get through Jamaica. People must sleep out a door. I wait just so they are first in the line to collect the little money. Travel from so far, wake up early. And after 5 person get through, them tell the people them say, there's no more money. Hey, I'm telling you something, man. I say God not sleep, you know. God not sleep. Yeah? Pernell Charles Jr., God not sleep here. Yeah, man. Just make sure so you know that, man. And that is a promise. That is a promise. You're too wicked, brother. You're too wicked, you know, Jonas, you're too wicked. Suffer people, them. Mighty God.
Man, we need the money because we house pop down and we need the little money for help. We say, Lord, we can't get through. Church house we live in and we want to come out of church house.
Some, she says, are now sleeping on site just for a chance. Tracy Woodstock describes a moving target.
They don't find it have a Papa Portobello, there's something like over Fairview till me come here. So I may come here now more than 3 times now. And every time I come here, I feel they go back. So me don't prefer, what me they say, me don't prefer them men send the money through the post office or through a bank account. And then we would not have so much crowd.
For others,
Jamaica, you know, say, Jay Bryan made an excellent point on his program. Rachel, how you doing? Jay Bryan said, isn't there a system that was in place in COVID? What happened to the system? Why would they never use it? Wasn't there a distribution system for funds in COVID? So why are we having a problem now? The system that they used in COVID, you should have improved upon the system. The system should be more efficient than before. Right? So why is it that they did not use this system? What is the excuse that they're going to give? Yeah, I'm telling you, Jay Bryan made that I was listening to him and I said, yes, to rotted. Absolutely right. What happened to the previous system in COVID where the distribution of funds was concerned? The funds that was distributed, what was it for? Now, shortly after that election run, da-da-dee, da-da-da. So, Jamaica, you see the man in priorities? You see the man in priorities? Isn't it true that the time when those distribution of funds was happening in COVID, there was an election brewing shortly after? Now, so you go. Okay. All right.
delay is more than inconvenience, it's a crisis. Dwight Cunningham, also from Darlaston, has made the trip 4 times. His home was flattened during the hurricane.
They buy material, but the money they carry material, like me I look now, the 75 comes to carry material. They can't afford it. If people don't call me come for material, I have no money to go for material. And afford it, I come for money. And I can't get the money to go for material.
And amid the growing desperation, residents are questioning the rollout itself.
We need a base in Westmoreland, we need one in St. Elizabeth, we need one in Mandeville. Each parish, when they want to vote, and want to vote, then build a police station in every commune, all in 6. I know not even one. And when they want to vote, they have a 6 police station in a one local community. Come on, man, the government must do better than that.
Jamaica, on the hear what the lady say? When they want to vote, them have 6 polling stations in the community them. Why when the people them forget relief? I one place they can go in a Montego Bay to service all of those areas. Camille, big up yourself, Virgo. Thanks for the follow. Right? I want to encourage you to become a member or become a join the fan club. Everybody join the fan club. For not appreciate the platform and I appreciate so we're not on here tearing down nobody and I chat people business and under them close and we are deal with the things them where affect every single Jamaican life. Become join. Thank you so much, Camille. Join the fan club Jamaica on TikTok. Join the fan club. Same thing for YouTube. Want to know what we are about over here. Become a member of the platform. Support the platform so we can keep the lights them on. Alright? Yes, what? It is more unwanted if you call it your money. Mighty God. Listen to the people in Jamaica.
In and calling on the Minister of Labour and Social Security, Mr. Pernell Charles, to get back to the drawing board and see if he can rectify this matter, because people are spending what they do not have to get to Montego Bay, and I just does not like what is happening.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
So here the people in my call. When they say the Quashi lawyer, Pernell Charles Jr., when you hear them a call female, when you listen to this, this was March 11th.
So we want to make sure, yes. So maybe you can explain. So we have Kibwe from We Pay here.
We Pay Jamaica. Liquor comedy, big up. We Pay. Wagwan Tommy. We Pay. Listen to this, you know.
I don't know if this has ever happened at any postcard. But I want to advise you today we are going to Trelawney. That's why I'm, and we are going over to Trelawney to do the same ceremony. It's the last of the severe areas for us. However, we knew that we are coming here today, and we're going to make sure that all beneficiaries for the entire funds that we have sent to We Pay, that they are satisfied. So we have a special presentation.
Yes.
We'll ask We Pay to explain.
Go ahead, We Pay. Explain.
Good morning again, everyone. So what is going to happen right now, the minister, he's going to be able to press a button. Don't press it yet, minister. He's going to be able to press this button. And all of the people across Jamaica who still haven't received their messages yet, their QR codes, their text messages, the instructions, they're going to get that instruction right now when he presses that button.
And we have two persons to show.
And we have two persons to show who should also be getting the message. So I don't know if you just come up with me, little dramatic effects since we don't have no drums.
This is all of the 5.2.
Correct. Okay. All right. So we're going to do it now. Also be getting the message. So I don't know if you just come up with me, little dramatic effects since we don't have no drums.
This is all of the 5.2.
Correct. Okay. All right. So we're going to do it now. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it.
Voila. I want to ask have you show me the message, please?
Perfect.
Come please. And remember now, this is all of our 5.22 billion. Everyone now should have received fully.
5.22 billion. Everyone should have received their message. Everyone. And when you look on the screen, it says all beneficiaries paid. Let's continue.
Morning.
And we'll do the same in batches for the others to come. And I want it to be clear, this is just now coming in. And what's your name, man? Dorothy Williams. I had a girlfriend named Dorothy Williams. We have to talk. All right. Now, Miss Dorothy Williams has received, Miss Dorothy Williams has received her message from We Pay, which shows you here that she is paid. Kibbe, this is the voucher?
That's the voucher. So when she taps on it, the voucher is there. I don't know where Miss Victoria gone somewhere else.
I hope I didn't delete it.
We Pay, so we come with instructions. Is that phone online?
No.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
Give her right access and people come. I think we sure you know where it goes.
Listen, me just listening. Dre Bryan make me know about this presentation.
Sorry, Minister.
I never listen to this, so me I listen it now. Me I tiny. Me I listen. I'm listening with a keen observation of every word that's being said. Let's continue.
Enabling Wi-Fi.
I'm giving her my Wi-Fi. Anybody want to guess what my password is? You'll never guess it. Huh? What is it? Busy? No. That's from my chief technical director. No. I was about to tell you, but then I remembered. Yes. Authenticating. Save. Why is it not connected?
We don't want to miss nothing Jamaica.
No.
We are here what them say. Patience. We don't want to say we take nothing out of context.
All right.
Like we listen what them say.
All right. Connecting. Here we go. All right. Go back to the message. All right. Let's see. Click this one. Ah, Dorothy Williams has her QR code, shows the money, the original balance, which means that she can go to the hardware and she could say to them, only use 125. They would take the 125 and then she would still have on her balance 75, which she could go elsewhere and redeem for cash or in whatever other way she wants. Isn't that, I mean, this is where Jamaica is.
So, what happened to the people then where they so now at this Western Union? What happened to them? Why them not get a QR code? What happened to them?
All right. Thank you, Miss Dorothy. What's your name? Sherry, sir? Oh, thank you. You're your granddaughter? Thank you. And this is what we're asking for. So we're asking for family to support family if it is that there's any need to access the technology. Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you to WePay. Thank you to all of the team members. Thank you.
So Jamaica, the WePay is the way that they plan to pay the people. That's one of the ways them apparently. Now, the roof program under fire amid funding shortage. So these people now is going to what looks like a Western Union there to go and collect them money. I am asking, why didn't they use this same system for those people? I don't understand. Why are they having people all the way from Westmoreland driving to Montego Bay at a central location, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, only for here say there's no money there, Jamaica? You're telling me that these people don't have a phone where they could have pressed the same button and everybody is paid and them can look on them thing and sip on them phone using their Wi-Fi. So this is their QR code, right? It's a nice system, you know. This is a nice system. This is your QR code, right? You go to the place where them have the roofing material, them and whatever you need. And you say, all right, you're going to use 120,000 out of the 200,000 and left 80,000. So they're not giving you physical money with this system with WePay. You know. You're getting a QR code. It's digital money. You can go with a QR code, go to the place and get it done. It's a nice system. So you're not walking around with no whole heap of money in your pocket. For those that don't like to do that. I don't have a problem per se with digital systems, you know, because everything has its pros and its cons. But you see, anyhow, you're going to go totally digital, that is madness. Total madness. You're giving the government entities way too much control. And throughout the millennia of kingdoms and governments, we have had corrupt, dictatorial, evil, wicked, abusive leaders that has come through many different nations around the world. So it is prudent to lessen the power of leaders and strengthen the power of the people in whatever policy, whatever program that you're actually doing. It should empower the people, not the politicians, not the leaders. Yes? So, Colonel Charles, you have some answers we're giving up. Let me look. There's an article where Colonel Charles responded, right? Google. Colonel Charles responds to roof program issues. There's an article there. One day ago. All right, here we go. So, Labour Minister says payment on the roof program will be made in phased batches. This was March 26. Kingston, Minister of Labour and Security Pernell Charles Jr. is reiterating that payments under the restoration of owner or occupant family shelters initiative will be executed in phased batches contingent on the complement of verification protocols. But Mr. Pernell, the persons then will go at the place to collect the money. They must have got a notification that they should come and collect the money. So that doesn't answer the failure of them not getting the money and there's not enough money there. They're being turned back saying there's no more money. How do you explain that? But let's continue. Just a question. Charles Jr., in responding to concerns raised by members of parliament, said these measures include TRN, validation, beneficiary confirmation, and other safeguards intended to prevent duplication and ensure that only eligible individuals receive assistance. MP Miller Bennett was present at the ceremony for Hanover on February 25th. At that time, we disbursed some 330 million and made it very clear that this was only the portion of persons approved at the time and not a complete payment to all beneficiaries. We took the time to explain in detail the verification process, which included the National Spatial Data Branch reviewing all data to identify duplication and ensure the list is accurate, Charles Jr. said in the media release. This is a national recovery program operating at significant scale, and with that comes the responsibility to ensure that every dollar is properly accounted for. I hope so. Wagwan skip. Wagwan. When the Auditor General come running on the roof program, make sure that everything is in order. That's all I can tell you and your government. This is a national, no, not this. He said the phased approach, this is a national recovery program operating at significant scale. And yeah, he said, properly accounted for. He said the phased approach to payments is not a delay. It is a necessary process to guarantee transparency, protect public funds, and ensure fairness to all beneficiaries. I don't know about that. I don't agree that phasing it out is going to assure accountability. If you have persons that have been qualified for it, they have their proper ID. If you give all 1 million of them the money same time and use the same process, it's not going to change the accountability. It's not going to change it. A message come to them phone, them have them ID and TRN and everything, right? Them have them thing on them phone and them can go collect them thing when them supposed to get. So if them get 500,000, them get 500,000. If they get 75,000, whatever the amount them get it. So when you press the button and 1 million of them get them this code on them phone, how is it going to be duplicated? How are you going to duplicate that system? It's numbers, it's ID, it's persons that's supposed to be can be verily identified. Unless the system is flawed. So why you have to phase it out? I don't get that. That don't make no sense. Anyway, this is a national recovery program operating. He said the phased approach to payments is not a delay. It is a necessary process to guarantee transparency, protect public funds, and ensure fairness to all beneficiaries. Protect public funds. Anyway, I don't know. He further noted that while there were many perceptions of inconsistency in payment timing, these are directly linked to the verification cycle, which varies based on the completeness and accuracy of submitted information. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. As long as it's submitted, I don't see why you have to phase it. So just tell us that the reason why persons haven't gotten their money yet is because we have not completed their verification process. And then that goes to question that goes to question, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it taking so long? It's been 6 months. Why is it taking so long to verify the people information so them can get the money and get on and get the local money to help them to get back on their feet and fix them house and them something? Why that take so long? It's like them a crawl Jamaica. Why them not hire people and professionals that is qualified to come and get the job done? Them should have do that 3 months ago. Make sure so them bolster them team for the assessments. Pay the people them. So they can get it done faster. What's this dragging off the feet? So after 6 months, in the next month we are come. We are gonna hear that there's still cycles of verification is not complete. Man, let me tell you something. Yo, man, tell you say, them people are, hey, God help you here. God help you. Charles Jr. added that all members of Parliament were furnished with a comprehensive listing of approved beneficiaries, including their respective damage classifications to ensure transparency and clear understanding of the disbursement framework. We asked that MPs and the others advise constituents of this process so people are not unjustifiably frustrated. You hear that? Let's work together to get this right. Why is it we can't get? No, you know, the government is so hypocritical. On one end, the Prime Minister does not want to work with the People's National Party in an effort to get things done in getting Jamaica back on their feet where the recovery process is concerned. And Jonas went to the Parliament and said he doesn't know how to give the People's National Party leader a role in that process. And now our MP is still talking about let's work together to get this right. These are empty words. If they had followed the People's National Party suggestions in regards to the NARA and everything, in response to getting back Jamaica on their feet faster and getting all stakeholders involved for transparency and accountability from the first 2 months, if they had set that framework, Jamaica, in the last 3 months, we would have been cruising in helping the people. You understand? The first 2 months, get that done. Get those things established, right? Do the assessments as fast as possible. Help out the farmer them so we can get the agricultural system booming again. I mean, I talk about serious injection, but they haven't been doing that. They have been importing more goods. So when you go in the supermarket, the stuff them up on the shelf, it will cost them more money. And more money come out on the pocket and still have to pay on the bills them. So I've got to choose for pay on the light bill, pay on the water bill, pay on the gas bill, and not buy as much food. And as the prices of electricity rise, that reality becomes more grim and grim. So less and less food, so now go dead for hungry. If this thing continue in Iran, if it's not for the help of a family from overseas, but guess what? They are feeling it too. The people in the United States is balling out, you know. I play one video phone yesterday with one trucker, you know, one girl, you know. Where I cuss the people and say, yo, $4.99 for gas? Are you out of your mind? But we there, Jamaica stay so calm and easy. And just suffer in silence. When there's people in the United States of America and other places that are bawling out right now as we speak, then why the Jamaican people so quiet? Why would they not take it to the streets? And when I say take it to the streets, I'm not talking about doing anything illegal. We tell you now already, we're supposed to walk and fill the sidewalk them like how we do it on a regular day. Fill the sidewalks. Put up on a placard and have a black no road Jamaica peaceful protest. For every single thing we want to have a grievance with this government, which is a plethora of things. Long so. The dead baby them in the hospital, no equipment, the abuse of UHWI, right? The recovery program, the slow speed of it. mean, there's so much things, Jamaica, we can look to. And another thing for the persons on TikTok, listen, all 92 of you watching me right now, or all 100 plus of you watching me right now on TikTok, I'm asking you to do this for me. I need you to go to my page, click my face right here. And when you click my face and go to my page, you're going to see a link. It's called the Magnuski Act. If you have not yet signed the Magnuski Act, go and sign it. Do not donate to it. Sign it. When you come to the donate part, you go to I will share instead, and share it with everybody. Share it with everybody. Jamaica, start store water. I know it's hard, but start store water, Jamaica. Start store water. You hear the man them say, them a one bowl of water in our pipe. Start store water, Jamaica. Have no catchment down the yard for drinking water as much as you can. Start store water. Potential famine, potential drought. Start store water, Jamaica, and food. Me know so the man them have the barrel them we can't get the barrel them off. I don't know when that gonna change. Enough people have them food in there. Where them people they send them from foreign. But me I tell you, say start store water and start store food. Plant one little pumpkin, get some pumpkin seed, get some melon seed, plant pumpkin and melon in a little pot. If you don't have no one in the backyard, you go up on the internet and look for how to do farming on the roof. Get in the plastic bag, get in the dirt. You start plant, Jamaica. Start plant. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best and pray for the best. Sign the Magnitsky Act for those on YouTube. For YouTube, it's easy for you, you know. If you look at the description of my video, the first thing at the top, it says, can you sign this agreement? Click the link and sign the agreement and share it. Every video I post has the Magnitsky Act link there. It is an international act to fight against corruption. Anywhere you are in the world, that is the aim of the Magnitsky Act, to fight the corruption that is happening in this country, ladies and gentlemen. International law. It is an international act, and it can be levied against the government of Jamaica. Yes, I am looking at it right now. Implement the Magnitsky Act to challenge corruption and human rights violations in Jamaica. One person signed it a while ago. It was at 4,800. 4,085. Now they are 4,086. I am asking, if you have not yet signed the Magnitsky Act, Jamaica, for those on TikTok, go to my page, click on my face here. So you're the one that just did. I hope you share it with everybody, please. Go to my page right here. Just click on my face. Go to my page on TikTok. You're going to see a link in the description. That is the Magnitsky Act. Do not donate, Jamaica. Do not donate. Just share instead. This is an act that was put on the internet by Mr. Will Rattigan. It is aimed at implementing it for Jamaica to challenge corruption and human rights violation in Jamaica. Human rights violation. Do you guys know that there's a lot of missing children? And there's a crisis where human trafficking is concerned. A very serious thing happening in Jamaica, you know, and it was declared by the government. Do you guys know that? Children go missing all the time, and no, the case is never solved. Right? There's a young man that has been popular on TikTok that people have been advocating on behalf. Jaden Smith. He's one of many. There's many Jaden Smiths. You understand what I'm saying? Many Jaden Smiths, Jamaica. So if we are serious, right, about the state of our country, the women are not safe. They don't feel safe, right? Constant abuse, physical, mental, psychological, Our boys, our girls are not safe. Physical abuse, mental abuse. Men are not safe. The human rights violation, same. Sometimes, you know, in the home, they get abused as well, which is less talked about. They get abused verbally. You understand? And emotionally as well. But when they go out on the road, they get abused physically and verbally. Sometimes they don't come back home to their families. Rather, big up yourself. Sometimes they don't come back home to their families, Jamaica. This is a reality. You understand what I'm saying? Mighty God, so we sign the Magnuski Act so we can get it to 10,000. 3 more persons just signed. Thank you so much. Big up the people that see respond live. Want to keep that going, guys. Keep that going. Sign the Magnuski Act. Right? Keep that going. Yes? Sign it, man. Sign it. Don't itch, sign it. Alright? Alright. So we're done with this. Let me see. Yeah, I'm done with the article. Yeah, I'm done with this article. I'm done with the press conference. Let me put this press conference in my evidence file. Yeah, I'm going to put that in my evidence file. And also, let me put this observer thing. Let me start this. I'm going to need this. All right. Jamaica. Rosalie is on fire, Jamaica. Rosalie Hamilton is on fire. I don't know how many of you have heard, you know, but last night I broke this right as it came into the news. Rosalie sued Donovan Williams, you know. Rosalie sued Donovan Williams. And that is sending shockwaves. Now this morning at 10:42 a.m., Donovan Williams sues Rosalie Hamilton for defamation. This came out in on Nationwide, Revolt. Let us listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Into the particulars of claim, Williams, who also serves as a Minister of State and Attorney at Law, contends that Hamilton made and shared multiple statements on or about March 23, 2026, which he says falsely accused him of corruption, dishonesty, and abuse of public office. The claim asserts that the recordings were initially shared within a WhatsApp group of approximately 20 members, but were subsequently reposted across social media platforms and reported in mainstream media. The statements, as outlined in the claim, allegedly suggest that Williams engaged in improper dealings involving public contracts, misappropriation of funds, and fraudulent conduct. The claim further notes that some of the remarks implied involvement in serious criminal activity, including an allegation connected to the death of an individual. Williams argues that the statements were presented as factual assertions and were understood as such by those who heard them. He maintains that the allegations are wholly false, baseless, and without any evidential foundation. The filing explicitly denies that he has ever solicited or received illicit payments, engaged in corruption, falsified documents, or abused his office. The claim also places emphasis on the extent of the publication, arguing that Hamilton either intended or was reckless as to the likelihood that the statements would spread beyond the original WhatsApp group. It states that the subsequent republication significantly amplified the damage, exposing Williams to public scrutiny, reputational harm, and calls for investigation. Williams contends that the allegations have caused serious injury to his reputation, both in his political capacity and his profession as an attorney at law. He further claims that the matter has escalated into a national controversy, affecting his credibility, professional relationships, and personal life. The lawsuit alleges that Hamilton acted maliciously or with reckless disregard for the truth, pointing to the language used in the recordings and what it describes as a deliberate effort to damage his reputation. As part of the claim, Williams is seeking general, aggravated, and exemplary damages, as well as injunctive relief, interest, and legal costs. He is also asking the courts to consider various forms of evidence, including WhatsApp chat histories, voice recordings, and media reports. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Jamaica. Donovan Williams made it official. This will be in front of the courts. And I'm telling you, the disclosure process is going to be fun. Because Rosalie Hamilton says she have evidence for everything what she said on the voice note. And she not retracting it. She admitted, she declared, that she did not release those voice notes. So the burden of proof on the argument of defamation for Donovan Williams is on him to prove that Rosalie is the one that leaked the voice note. Rosalie, in the article that I went through extensively last night, I'm not going to go through all of it. I went through it very extensively last night, ladies and gentlemen. Rose lawyer said this. Her statements are grounded in her direct first-hand experience as a counselor for the Raytown Division. Right? It continued. As an elected representative, our client, which is Rosalie Hamilton, owes a duty of absolute transparency to who? Her political group, that is the JLP, and her stakeholders, the people that voted for her. The communications in questions, the voice notes that are out there in the public, yes, right, were an exercise of that duty aimed at ensuring accountability and the proper administration of public resources within the constituency. Now, one of the things that Donovan Williams is asking for is an injunction for Rose to not speak anymore. Yvonne, thanks for sharing. Right? Thanks for sharing. So Rose is saying, listen, no, Rose not play with them in a tiny, anti-tiny. Rose not play with them in a. Rose is saying, how am I? Rose is saying, I owe it to my constituents to tell them the truth. I am exercising a duty aimed at ensuring accountability and the proper administration of public resources within the constituency. So Rose is standing on the hill that one, what she said in the voice note is true, that there is improper administration of public resources in the constituency. Rose said them a fool them cry, Jamaica. Yeah, Rose said them a fool them cry. Them a enrich themselves, Jamaica. That's what Rose said. And she's standing on it. So the lawyers are saying she was exercising her duty of ensuring accountability where public funds and resources are concerned. So Rose did not do anything wrong according to the lawyer. Rose is the hero. Remember, these voice notes was ventilated in the group. My question is, when the voice notes were made, why didn't Donovan Williams sue Rosalie Hamilton the same time? Why him wait till the voice note them leaking at the public? Why him wait? And according to Rose again, Jamaica, several things happened in the group and was said that was worse than what she said, according to Rosalie. Is the court going to argue that those group messages should be in front of the court to ventilate the issue thoroughly? Will it come to that, Jamaica? And if it is that it does come to that, what a bangarang. Will we be seeing the worst thing that Rosalie talked about that was said in the group? Can you imagine? Beverly, can you imagine? Carla, can you imagine? Hold on there. Somebody there that is a labor right. Wait. Carla McLean said. Carla McLean. I wonder if that's someone. We have to call Dre Bryan and one of them to find out if you are one of them blogger there, you know. For TikTok, have some toxic people on TikTok, you know. Them skill, you know. Them come in the comment section, you know. Why that McLean name the sound familiar? You know, so me need to message Dre Bryan and Andrew and ask them if Carla McLean or somebody from the camp where they in the war room or the labor right them. According to Carla McLean here, so ladies and gentlemen, she's a worker for Rosie, and Rosa do it already. She lie upon Donovan Williams. What a thing. What a allegation. All I know is this. When he got caught, there is something called, what the lawyer then say? Disclosure and discovery process. So this is what Rosalie put out, you know. Our lawyer then put out in the article, you know. The lawyer then say, good sense will prevail, adding that a public trial would necessitate the exhaustive disclosure and discovery process inherent in such proceedings. No, the article that I read, ladies and gentlemen, from Oceanwide a while ago, this thing is going to court. So Rose, we are stand behind it because we believe so you have the evidence and this is going to trial and we cannot wait for the evidence to come out in the public as to how we money go, how we tax dollars then really go. The burning down of these buildings, where's the evidence about the burning down of these buildings in an attempt for potential alleged gentrification of poor people? These are very serious allegations, and I'm telling you, I am salivating. I still wait for the numbers to come out for dispel misinformation. All know me should do one video. All know me should do one video, Jamaica. Not even one. Yes, Carla McLean, many people are born and grow in Central Kingston. It's not you alone. I was listening to somebody who was born and grown in Central Kingston, Pandre Bryan show earlier. And her story is very, very different from yours. But I not argue with you. I not arguing with you. I want to see what happened in a court. I'm glad say it I got a court. All of the labor right them are from Jamaica. Bang around. Me tell you now, hey, Pastor Peter Chambers never tell a lie. You know? Make me play it phone. Pastor Peter Chambers never tell a lie. Listen to this. And last night me I play. Where there? Where the clip there with Pastor Peter Chambers? See it? See it? Listen what him say so.
He was threatened, I don't know by whom, for him to reinstate himself, but he's not comfortable.
Listen.
But the judgment,
yes.
And the Lord told me to tell the leader of this land,
yes,
that as long as they are in power,
yes,
trouble is going to follow them. Right?
Jamaica, as long as Andrew Owen there in power, thus saith the Lord, trouble is going to follow them. This was March 7, 2024. This is a prophetic utterance from Pastor Peter Chambers. As long as Andrew Owen is in power, trouble will follow them. They will have no peace, Jamaica. God not upon their side. They will have no peace. Let me play one next clip I find last night. Mighty God. How are you there? See it, yeah? Listen to this.
Lord showed me you sold your soul to the devil. I saw the news and I saw on TikTok and I saw...
Jamaica, you hear that? Pastor Peter Chambers said the Lord showed him that Andrew Owen is selling soul to the devil. You think you can have a leader was selling soul to the devil and the country run good? This is a thus saith the Lord, not my word, you know. You think you can have one leader was selling soul to the devil and the country run good? There will be trouble. There will be trouble. Let's go back. Let's go back.
The Lord showed me you sold your soul to the devil. I saw the news and I saw on TikTok and I saw on other social media space where a white man came out. I think they had to do with the atmosphere, global warming, and they were praising you, saying that you're a champion. And the Holy Spirit said to me that you are a champion to embrace and to embrace and to bring out evil. You're a champion. And listen, these people that you have connected yourself with, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, they're going to use you. And when they finish with you, they're going to refuse you. Glory be to God. This is the revelation that the Lord brought to me. I was in prayer, and the Lord said to me, Peter, tell the nation of Jamaica and the global world Because most of the other countries, the gigantic countries, they have already gone into the chip system. I want to declare to the people of Jamaica, the Lord.
Jamaica, I'm going to find the original video. Because this is a prophetic word. Prophetic word. This is bigger than politics. This is bigger than politics. This is bigger than politics. Peter Chambers, I'm going to find the clip. You see shirt to him and wear, so I can just find the base off of that. Yes. This is bigger than politics. So when they hear people still try to defend this government, I wonder about them in terms of if they worship the devil or they worship God. I don't know no Christian we can support the Jamaica Labour Party. It means them spiritually blind. Them spiritually blind. The Jamaica Labour Party is supposed to be a system. That's what the needs is for. If you don't really want me to get into it, that's what the needs is about. The needs is a part of the digital global system, right? To offset it, to take it to another phase. That's what the needs is. When them have your biometrics and everything, it's gonna fit into the digital system where they can tell you where you eat, where you can use your money, where you can go. You can access food over there, so in that the parish there you can only access it in this parish. Or you go pay a bus fare, or you go buy fuel. They will control everything. So you better wake up and stop see green and orange and look for who is advancing God's agenda and who is advancing the devil's agenda. That I want to need to look upon. That is what I need to focus on. We are living in a very, very dangerous time. These are the end of days. So you must know who you align yourself with. You align yourself with the devil or you align yourself with God. Which one? Which one you align yourself with? Which team you choose? You're choosing the devil or you're choosing God? It's that simple, you know? It's that simple. This is not something you can run away from. The devil is advancing his agenda because he knows the time is short. And him having agents them all over the world. So I'm asking the question to you. Them having agents them in a government, him having agents them all around the world. Who you choose Jamaica? Do you choose God or do you choose the devil? I don't know, no, Sir G, but we pay, you know. I don't know. I don't know what kind of personal data them. Me can't speak on that. Me can't speak on that. You notice that me no black Carla McLean. You notice that she can't talk. What she gonna say now? She can't say anything. It's either she choose the devil or she choose God. So if you're boldly choosing the devil, come out. Come like when people bold, you know. Yes, man, so I know who you is. So we can move accordingly. No, I'm not black car. I'm not black car. I allow her to talk. London Bridge is falling down. Ati, what's up, Ati? What's going on, mama? Let me play this in the meantime.
Interviews are coming.
I go find the other page.
I think it's Winston Ennis who withdrew himself from that position and expressed that he wants to protect his character, his moral integrity, his family, etc. Then another video was done, which psychologically, those who work in the psychological realm know that either he has been threatened, because the tone of voice is saying that the last video that Winston Ennis did, he was threatened. He was threatened, I don't know by whom, for him to reinstate himself.
No man, hold on there. Body, big up yourself. I first me get a money gun Jamaica. No, me always hear J. Brian I go crazy over money gun. I don't know nothing about them TikToks up here, you know. Juice Lips, what's up, my baby? Who else want for body just jump on his show and somebody else have to send some. Wanna send some more money gun there? Wanna send some more money gun? Yeah, first I get that money gun. Juice Lips, what's going on? What is Asgol? How you doing? Big up yourself. No, for me people when they on YouTube. Oh God, man. YouTube. Bolo VNR 2.0. Me they are live for about 3 hours now. And nobody no bless up the super chat. I want to see me they are beat it till the hammer bend. Come on now, man. No bless up the super chat, man. Bless up the super chat. Remember say look more me they on PDTV, you know. Yeah, man, with Andres TV, you know, live, you know. Zine Abra just joined. Is Rosie in Jamaica? I don't know if she in Jamaica, you know. I don't know Rosie whereabouts. It's alleged that she is. But I don't know. Do you remember the prayer Stephen Golden prayed when his father was in power? No, you know. No, you know. Yes, there's allegations and rumors that Rosie is in Jamaica. I don't know how true it is. Mama San Wagwan. I don't know how true it is, Jamaica. I can't speak to that. But you know, regardless, all I'm saying is this. Rosie, protect yourself. Protect yourself, protect yourself. Ask God's protection, yeah? Yeah.
But he's not comfortable. But the judgment, and the Lord told me to tell the leader of this land that as long as they are in power, trouble is going to follow them. Right now, what the Lord is revealing to me pertaining to this present government, that there will be constant war among them. And some of you thought that the war has been there for a very long time. But the war is going to increase among them. The Lord is going to show and prove to the people of Jamaica that he's not with this government. Somebody said, thus said the Lord. The Lord spoke to me to tell the Prime Minister of Jamaica and his Obia team that he is not with this people.
Only hear that?
Praise be to God. He's not with this government. You
hear the word of the man get? If you tell Andrew, God is not with you and your Obia team, Andrew Oles. God is not with you and your Obia team. Hello? Can anybody hear me? Is this thing on? Okay, let's continue.
Decisions and the Samoa law that is signed behind the back of the people of the nation, the citizens of this land. It will be.
Hold on there. Body say, me I watch a long time, but never respond. My first time, but me hear Andre big you up regular. Alright, body, big up yourself, Doreen say. Yes, Bolo, she need protection. Indian, share the life. Thank you, Indian. Nadia, justice for Rose. Justice for Jamaica. Justice for Jamaica. And that with the pan right now. Justice for Jamaica. Because it is affecting all of us. All of us.
Exposed. Also, the Lord reveals to me that someone is going to rise up.
Listen.
Rise up. And this is someone that is untouchable.
Yes.
This is someone that has their secret. That has their corruption. That has their ticket. This is someone that will expose them in a disgraceful manner. Truth are going to be.
Jenna, me say if Anna Rosie is sitting around, Jamaica, me find the prophecy. It's a March 7th, 2024. 2 years ago, the man tell you, say this is someone that is untouchable. This is someone that is from their camp. This is someone who have their secret. Let me play it again. No, sir, me I rings this all week. Me I rings this 1 whole month straight. Listen to this. Listen to this.
And the Samoa law,
yes,
that is someone that has their secret. Also, the Lord reveals to me that someone is going to rise up.
Yes.
Rise up. And this is someone that is untouchable.
Yes.
This is someone that has their secret.
Yes.
That has their corruption.
Yes.
That has their ticket.
Yes.
This is someone that will expose them.
Yes.
In a disgraceful manner.
Yes.
Truth are going to be exposed. Because what we see where people are resigning.
Yes.
People are getting sacked. People are getting fired. These decisions are very, very sticky. And even with Warmington, it is going to cause a lot of bang around in the JLP party.
My God.
After the election.
Jamaica, me say, a 2 years ago the man said this. Me know so me go find it, you know. Because me know me hear him say it. Because I listen to all I video them. When people say man false, I look at them and I say, hold on. What's something wrong with them people? They're not listening. They're not listening to everything carefully. They're not listening to understand. They might listen in an anger car at then 1 p.m. And, you know, yeah. But they're not listening. No, I am not saying that Rose is the one who's going to take them down, you know. But mighty God. Rose kind of wants somebody where you can't ramp with, you know, Jamaica. Rose are one of the long time labor right there, you know, from Edward Siaga days, you know. Rose as powerful as, in terms of recognition, as Babsy Grange, you know. My goodness, let me play one more time that part there. That part there! I want to tell them, say, hey, let me tell you something. I want to screen record this and tag me.
That has their corruption, one is going to rise up. And this is someone that is untouchable. This is someone that has their secret, that has their corruption, that has their ticket. This is someone that will expose them.
Yes.
In a disgraceful manner.
Mighty God.
Truth are going to be exposed.
Yes.
Because what we see where people are resigning.
Jamaica, it's not normal. It's not normal. You hear me say? God is not with this government. See Rosie rise up and sue the man and know where they are court. And we are going to go to what them call discovery and disclosure. So Rosie in a device note, the accusation them which she had dropped on Donovan Williams. And it is alleged that there's a syndicate, you know, man, according to Rosie, you know. Right? Babsy Grange name call, Prime Minister and wife, Delroy Williams name call, Donovan Williams name call. It is alleged that Andrew Honest want Rose if you do something where she not comfortable with. All of this will be ventilated in Jamaica. In the courts, you know. Because she have got proof what she says she has said, you know. Why? Because she says she have the proof in her device note too. For everything what she has said. She says she have Donovan file. Oh, what a day. What a day, what a day. Father God is so good to me. No, sir, hey, let me put on this in my evidence file. This is Pastor Peter Chambers video. Hey, let me play the next one we just find a while ago.
And every spirit that confessed that Jesus Christ is come into the flesh is not of God. A pleasant afternoon.
Yes, sir.
One and all. This is your apostle, Elijah Peter Chambers. It is imperative that I do this video, you know, just to enlighten the nations, to enlighten the people of Jamaica of what to come. I recognize that God has designated me as the gatekeeper for Jamaica over some decades now.
Matthew, thank you so much. You send me a screenshot of what you send me on Cash App here. And thank you again. Thank you for always supporting the platform. Yes, people. Bless up the Zelle, bless up the Cash App. If you send me anything by the Zelle or Cash App, you send me a screenshot at 876-451-6535. And remember, the Super Chat is available on Bolo VNR 2.0 on YouTube. And you can send gifts on TikTok and YouTube on both those platforms, yes?
Because since 1999, after I came after the 40 days fasting, that the Lord led me on, the Lord has been revealing the secrets of heart pertaining to the land, the island of Jamaica.
Yes.
And I can remember in 1999, while I was on the 40 days fasting, the Lord showed me the root cause of the crime and violence.
Listen.
When you look at the coat of arms, you need to do your personal research. On the coat of arms, there's a arawak, a male and a female. And there's an alligator, a huge alligator below the feet of both.
Yes.
I don't know in 1962 what was the agreement in the dark world. They said that they gave Jamaica independence And we recognize that Jamaica has been going backward since 1962 through to 2023, which means that Jamaica has not gone forward. And though Jamaica is structured by a religious foundation,
yes,
we are seeing that something has gone wrong.
Yes.
In that vision, I think it was in 2003, 2005, the Lord brought me in a vision and showed me a huge alligator about the length of about 12 to 25 feet long. Huge. Though physical, it was spiritual. And the alligator would go through from parishes to parishes to eliminate and to kill people.
Wow.
When I woke up out of the vision, before I woke up out of the vision, I began to rebuke the alligator, and the alligator escaped into another parish. So whatever sacrifice, blood sacrifice, that our leaders have done to the land of Jamaica, because those who are true intercessors, they look for the root cause, because if you want to know good doctors just not bring in a patient and just prescribe a medicine for them. The excellent doctors, they will do their research, their investigation, and try to find out what is the root cause of the sickness before they prescribe a medicine. So it is in the spiritual realm. Us as Jamaicans, us as religious leaders, we've got to go back to history and find out what went wrong, causing the constant cycle of murder, incest, battering, homosexuality, lesbianism, witchcraft, obeah. Well, we understand that Jamaica is coming from the African descent, and everyone knows that the Africans, they're high in witchcraft, obeah, voodoo. They have one of the highest level of witchcraft, which is voodoo, and they practice it, both religious leaders and unreligious leaders.
TikTok, we can't get to 50,000 likes. Come on, man. And share up your life for me, please.
So Jamaica, over the years, have been struggling with a spiritual issue. And it starts from our leaders. Most of our leaders, whether clergy, from the clergy or the religious perspective or the political perspective, they're connected to the dark world. They're connected to the underworld. Some of them, they have laid with marine spirits. Some of them, they have initiated themselves into dealers, the Freemasonry. As a matter of fact, many of the representatives in the cabinet just now, both JLP and PNP, they have initiated themselves in the Freemasonry, the occult, the Satanists, the Lodges, the Dealers, the Black Masters. Glory be to God. Hallelujah. So, if the head is sick, the body will automatically become sick.
That's right.
Let us reason from the religious perspective. The Lord showed me in my spirit that about 85 to 95% of the churches in Jamaica are a part, they embrace, they support the present government. And that is one of the root cause. If the church becomes sick and contaminated with the evil of the leaders, it is going to infiltrate, it's going to affect the spirituality, the spiritual foundation of Jamaica.
Jamaica, want to hear that? The Lord revealed to him and said 80 to 90% of our church them support this government, this Andrew-led government. So them infected with the evil. I'm going to big up Paula Sadliner. You understand? She has watched 300 minutes of me on TikTok. So we are celebrate Paula for the support and the time for listening. Yes? I could play that back a little bit. Even me I tell her Myrtle what go on.
If the church becomes sick and contaminated with the evil of the leaders, it is going to infiltrate, it's going to affect the spirituality, the spiritual foundation of Jamaica.
Yes.
When you have these leaders drinking out of Skullhead, blood out of human blood, virgin blood out of Skullhead, to gain power, to put themselves back into a political constituency, because the last election, that was 2020, September 3rd, the Lord brought me into a vision and showed me many of these political leaders and also religious leaders who have gone to shrines, they have gone to the territory, the dark world, the underworld. Some have slept with laden women, some have slept with marine spirits because they want power. And the devil now, he understands that the man that craves power, they will do anything to rise above anyone. True. And if it comes to the point that they had to sell their soul, listen, Jamaica has become a region, a territory where leaders, businessmen, politicians, religious leaders, bishops, pastors who have initiated themselves into the organization of evil because of the greed to possess power. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. So, the devil recognized that the people of Jamaica, they have deemed the Prime Minister as their bro God. Remember, G-O-D, capital. Come on, G-O-D. It can't be capital. Come on, which means it is a ground God. He came out and he said, it's just a name. That's a lie. In the demonic realm, that is why the people in the dark world are pursuing you. And listen, I know you will be watching this video.
Florence, may I tell
Leader
you?
of Jamaica. The Lord showed me you sold your soul to the devil.
Mighty God.
I saw the news and I saw on TikTok and I saw on other social media space where a white man came out. I think they had to do with the atmosphere, global warming, and they were praising you, saying that you're a champion. And the Holy Spirit.
This is May 17th, 2023, just for context.
Spirit said to me that you are a champion to embrace and to bring out evil. You're a champion. And listen, these people that you have connected yourself with, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, they're going to use you, and when they finish with you, they're going to refuse you.
Want to hear that, Jamaica? The people, the entities them where Andrew wanna sell out his soul to, are going to use him and refuse him. And if you read the Bible, that is how the devil working, and the devil not loyal to nobody, you know? The devil only loyal to his own agenda. And when you are no longer useful, you are disposed of. Again, for the persons that watch Avatar, this is my best reference. If you want to watch the cartoon Avatar, and you watch the series with what's your name? Clara, the waterbender, and you have the girl with metal bend and was fixing the Earth Kingdom. She was doing the same strategy as Andrew Owens, ruling with an iron fist. You have to have undoubted loyalty to him and only him. You understand? That's what she do. That are the type of leadership. And well, she not the way Andrew wants to. She would be the person that was behind Andrew. So if people ever work with she, her husband her fiance in the cartoon get caught behind the scene, and she sent a bomb to eliminate him because she wasn't gonna allow him to set back the plans and the plots that she have. This is how the devil works. The devil will not allow you, a servant of him, to foil the plans and the plot that he has. He will eliminate you. You're no longer useful to him. No longer. Even if you're being obedient, he will eliminate you. Because you're just not serve no more purpose for you. You're dead weight. So that's what the man I talk about right there. So.
And listen, these people that you have connected yourself with, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, they're going to use you, and when they finish with you, they're going to refuse you. Glory be to God. This is the revelation that the Lord brought to me. I was in prayer, and the Lord said to me, Peter, tell the nation of Jamaica and the global world, because most of the other countries, the gigantic countries, they have already gone into the chip system. I want to declare to the people of Jamaica, the next agenda, Andrew Holness's agenda, is for the chip to be placed into your hand. Thus said the Lord, hearing the word of the Lord. He came out last week speaking of the digital currency and the needs. Andrew Holness recognized, I want you to listen to me carefully. He recognized that the people of Jamaica are against the mark of the beast. So he's implementing other systems because that is why the Seventh-day Adventists, they got caught up into it. And I want to say, Bishop Delford Davis, why didn't you see what was ahead of you? You got connected with the Prime Minister, all the leaders from the evangelical church, the evangelical church, an organization, and all the religious organization that represents the church. The Lord told me that you were blind, and that is the power, His Spirit, His anointing has left you. Because some of you said that it is not the mark of the beast, it is the system of the mark of the beast. The Bible says here, the scripture says here, that they are the world. No, let me back up a little. Where is it? And every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ is come into the flesh is not of God. And every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ is come into the flesh is not of God. And every spirit that confesses not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard.
Zaria, join the fan club. Alright.
Heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. Look at the level of worship that the people of Jamaica has given the Prime Minister of Jamaica, to the point they gave him the name Bro God. And he said that he is a Christian, yet he had not denied the name Bro God. This name rang through 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I want the people of Jamaica to recognize, when we look into the scripture introspectively, when we investigate the scripture introspectively, the scripture is showing us that we are dealing with the spirit of the Antichrist.
Wow.
Lucifer recognized that the people of Jamaica has given him homage and supreme power over them. Hallelujah. That they would rather to listen to Andrew Holness, and it's a tough time, than the prophets.
Wow.
Remember, in 2020 and 2021, they pursued to kill the prophets. When we look back on Kevin Simit, they call him the cult pastor. Kevin Simit, before his death, Kevin Simit began to expose the cashless and the digital currency. Anybody could remember that?
Sure did.
So this is the root cause why they killed him. That is the root cause why they came after me. But I want to explain something to you. Kevin Smith, though he was breaking revelation of what to come, he was connected to the occultic world.
Yes.
Even so, the politicians and the leader of Islam is connected to the occultic world. When they came for me, they recognized they pounced into a supreme force that was bigger than God, a supreme force that was bigger than CETA, and the inspector of CETA, he declared it. He said, Pastor, the powers that may be has defended you. Somebody need to understand that this, regardless of all that they did 2021, the Lord said, Peter, they cannot kill you, because your time is not yet come. It doesn't matter what you do. Send your gunman, send your hitman, send your chopper, send the demon from the dark world, from the Freemasonry, from the marine kingdom. Listen, no weapon that formeth against me shall prosper, and every tongue that riseth in judgment shall be condemned. So in other words, what the inspector of CETA was declaring to me, the bracketive that you have, Reverend Peter Chambers, is bigger than every organization. So this white man came out applauding the Prime Minister. I want you to listen very carefully. In the news, he said in that press that Jamaica is the only country that is in agreement with the order. They know that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is a vulnerable one, too young and vulnerable, too is greedy.
Yep.
They know, 3,
greedy,
that he wants to possess power and manipulation and to practice the flex is political muscle through dictatorship.
Yes.
Look at what has happened. He is the only government, this is the only government that came up with so much corruption and evil. We have never seen it. And some of you want to say, well, the PNP party is not better. That's a lie. PNP party rob money, but they didn't rob as much as they did now. Billions, millions of dollars they rob.
No, Jamaica, it's a serious thing. When it comes to robbing the Jamaican people tax dollars, you know, JLP is Usain Bolt. Yeah, man. In the race, them they hire everybody. Just believe when I tell you that. This administration alone, the amount of money unaccounted for, it is alarming. Trillions of dollars. Trillions.
Hallelujah. They have done so much. And every corruption is swept under carpet.
Yep. Yep.
And if the church supports this evil, when the church should have stood, look at the point, look at what happened. In 2021,
like and share for me, guys. Then for share for true, man. People, wanna bless up the like button on the TikTok, the man, and bless up the giant button up there, so man. All of my wonderful ladies, them that's watching, that love the platform, and all of the general them, wanna become part of the fan club, man. It's really low key membership. You know, the fan club thing is what I like. It is a fan club, them say. But become a member of the platform, man, on TikTok, man. Become a member of the platform on Bolo VNR 2.0. All right, today is Friday. You know what I mean? Bless up the cash up on the Zelle and the super chat. Where you say the blessed kleptocratic government in Jamaica win some, you never tell a lie.
So we can't talk. Because right now, Canada's Prime Minister is making an apology to the nation for forcing his people for taking the COVID venom, the vaccine. And a lot of people are dying. A lot of people, a woman called me, I think it was about 12 o'clock. She's in the hospital. She said, Pastor, I took good. Pastor, if I'd known, I'd listen to you. Because I saw your video when you were talking about the vaccine. That the cobra venom was implemented to depopulate and to take out as much person. So if you, the big prophet, look at what happened. Who supported the government. It was just a facade. They were speaking in tongues. They were worshipping evil. And he said that Peter tell them from the beginning, they didn't have a relationship with me. It was just a facade. Whoa. They were speaking in tongues. They were worshipping, but their hearts were far from me.
Wow.
Were far away from me. Look at what took place. In 2021, everyone was pressured. Fiscally, financially, economically, emotionally, spiritually.
Jamaica, isn't that what's happening right now? Everybody in Jamaica is being pressured physically, mentally, financially, psychologically, emotionally. Isn't that what's happening right now? This is 2021 all over again, you know, with the way how the Jamaican government is handling the world crisis, you know. The way they're handling the way how they've been handling our economy. Because that's a long-term, that has been a long-term problem. No growth in the economy. As soon as something happens, we have no legs to stand on. Right? Borrowing more money, relaxing the fiscal discipline, while not growing the economy, putting more taxes on the people, fuel prices going up, but bus fare is going up, obviously. Everything is going up. And then put $1,000 pound a pay, which is going to be implemented in July. So between now and July, if we not wait for the $1,000 to save, you know really ridiculous. Understand the predicament that this government has put us in. They are responsible. Remember, the war between Iran, you know, between Ukraine and Russia, you know, was already sparking conversation about world affairs. So if our government was prudent and looking at the global, you know, the global space the right way, they would have been trying to secure, you know, mediums to cushion the energy crisis potentially coming. They would have been looking mediums to cushion the already health crisis that we have in Jamaica in terms of the services. They would have been looking to really accelerate food security. Look at what Ibrahim Traore did for his country in terms of the resources there. Silva, thank you so much for joining the fan club. Bless you. Look what Ibrahim Traore did for his country. He maximized the potential of his resources. I was just listening to Jerry Bryan again, and a gentleman came on and he talked about the Ibrahim Traore. He talked about the refining of the gold. Jamaica's bauxite. Why has Jamaica never invested in a refinery for our bauxite so that we could maximize the actual potential of earnings through our bauxite? Remember, these what they call rare earth elements is something that is important to all these powerful countries like the United States, China, and all of them. Rare elements, these rare elements, earth elements, is very important to them. And bauxite is one such where you can find these rare earth elements. Why is it that Jamaica did not look to a long-term strategy to get to a point where we would refine our own bauxite? And that question goes to both the JLP and the PMP. Me not exempt the PMP from that. But then again, when we look back at the ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, right, one might argue maybe we weren't just in the position to get that done yet. But according to this particular government that we have right now, they're telling us that they are the best thing since sliced bread, and they're fiscally prudent and fiscally disciplined, and we're in the best place that we could be. So why aren't you doing anything in regard to that? Energy alternatives. Why haven't we focused on energy alternatives? We live in a country where we are blessed with wind. Westmoreland, Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, the Harbour, we are blessed with wind. Falmouth, blessed with wind. Why we're not setting up the proper infrastructure to maximize getting electricity from that? We are blessed with water. Why aren't we using that to listen? There is a young man, in the United States, and he's not more than 24 years old. Genius. He's on the internet, a Rasta guy that turns plastic into plastiline. Recently, I was looking at a post. I don't know how true it is. I haven't confirmed it yet. I have to go on his Instagram page, where he used the fuel to fuel a Ferrari. The plastic, you call it plast diesel or plastic oil. Eh? Oh. He used the fuel from the plastic, making the fuel from the plastic to fuel a Ferrari car. His fuel, that's right. You know how much plastic the world uses? Why Jamaica can't link up with a youth like that and say, listen, we need your pattern so we can construct a facility in Jamaica that turns plastic into fuel. So now fuel collection would be a thing. Instead of nastying up our environment and our oceans, we would move with alacrity to get those things at these facilities to use it to build fuel for different purposes. If it's even for the government to create enough fuel from it to service our police vehicles or fire trucks, if it's even with that alone, Jamaica, it would lessen our fuel price, our fuel bill. We don't know what quantity we could get, but when you look around, everything is plastic. Every single thing is plastic, Jamaica. If I was the government, I would reach out to that young man and I would facilitate him and his family living in Jamaica because he love nature. Just like how they give Chinese them property, that young man would be living like a king in Jamaica right here. Believe you me, and highly protected too. Highly protected. I think what he has, in terms of his genius, would facilitate these Caribbean islands. Yes, to help us and build a model here of cleaning up our oceans from plastic, all plastics, materials, and using it to get fuel from it, to generate fuel. If it's even for government operations, ladies and gentlemen, it is worth it. It is worth it. It is going to either make us money and save us money at the same time, or save us money. Any one of those things are good. Any one of those things are good.
We all were tested. But the Bible said that if it is possible, even the very elect will be deceived.
Wow.
And it is sad that so many of us were being deceived by the very thing that is being disclosed in the book of Revelation. Most of you don't read it.
Hold on, the Elaine. Elaine, aren't you a part of the fan club? Come on, Elaine. You're one of my most viewed personals. You have to join the fan club.
Revelation. As a matter of fact, most of these ministries, they have no knowledge of the end. They don't want to come in contact with the end. They don't want to believe the word of God. And the Lord says, Peter, they didn't believe in my word. I remember in 2020, when the country was locked down, and the Prime Minister locked up the church. Locked down the church. And at the same time, hundreds and thousands of people were vaccinated. They put the venom, the cobra venom in their body. Right in the church where you're locked down. Many of you prophets and pastors were encouraging your members to be a part of the evil order. And then now you're declaring that this is not the mark of the beast. This is the mark of the beast system. The Lord reveals to me in a vision. He said, Peter, tell the nation that the next objective of the Prime Minister is for the chip to be placed in your right hand. In your right hand. The chip, if it's not your head, the Bible said, the scripture said in Revelation chapter 13, let me read it. Let me read it quickly. Revelation chapter 13. And he said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should not both speak, and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their head. So it can be placed either in your hand or in your head. And that no man may buy or sell. That's where we're heading. So all of you who say that it's not the mark of the beast, you're a fool. You're dunce, you're fully dunce. Or the name, and save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 600, 3 score. 3 score is 60. And 6. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. So listen, we're in the era, we're in the dispensation of the mark of the beast. And listen, I don't have to argue with anyone. Everything, listen, don't think that they're going to make it clear to you. They're not going to present it to you like it is a mark of the beast. The Lord showed me in a vision in 2020 when he appeared to me 3 o'clock that morning that the Prime Minister of Jamaica had signed documents to the dark world, documents to the one world order. And this is the root cause they wanted to kill me. Listen, the laptop was never about the death threat. The death threat is just a facade. It was a lie and an allegation. It was just a facade. The root cause, it is because the Lord was revealing to me the secrets of heart.
So, I think that is an awesome way to end off the show, ladies and gentlemen. I have been on here for 3.5 hours, and I'm going to breeze out because later on I'm prepared for the PDTV show at 8:45 p.m. and I want to invite each and every one of you to join in on Partner Jar TV starting 8 a.m. I will be on at 8:45 for the Friday show. Alright, my people, God bless you. Thank you, my bonunos at you. Thank you to everybody that send gifts on TikTok. Big up on yourself. Big up the viewers them on YouTube. Big up at you for the donation to the Cash App. Thank you so much. One Love Silver, big up yourself. Rosie, everybody. Denzel, everybody. I want to encourage you now again to become a member of the group. You're late, man. Me there for about, on TikTok, me there for about 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 40 minutes. Become a member of the group, ladies and gentlemen. Big up the brother who send me the person who send me the money gun. Big up yourself. First time I get a money gun. Guys, my live goal on TikTok seat there, you know. One of mine, somebody send one of them something. I would love to see it on the screen. I not tell no lie. See them, I'm pin it. Yes, the look of doggy. We run up on the screen. See there? And that's my live goal now. See him there? But I love somebody. I appreciate the thing, man. I bless up the super chat and bless up the Cash App and the Zelle. Before me go, ladies and gentlemen. I go end the show like how I start the show. Yeah, because we are March. Trust me, me have more things to talk about. But I don't know if I go live tonight like I'm going to go on Andre's show, but depending on how I feel, I have so much to talk about, I just might do that. So on a look out for that on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. All the persons, what you say? Could you give me the link? Go Patreon. What do you mean? The link for Patreon? Now read that you have to go link me on WhatsApp. You have to go link me on WhatsApp. Because I don't really understand what you say. The number is 876-451-6535. Anybody who want to bless up a platform, you might not have Zelle, you might not have them something there, you want some other medium and some other way. You can link me on WhatsApp. 876-451. That's 876-451-6535. So that's 876-451-6535. All right? Yeah, man, that's the link. So you can link me on WhatsApp. Again, I say thank you so much, my darling. Big up yourself. Whole heap of respect. Whole heap of respect. Body, big up yourself, body. Chantel, big up yourself. Patrick, Silver, Tiny, Pearl. Big up yourself in a Pearl. All of the people who are new to the platform, don't be, trust me, it's a valuable platform. Alright. Big up yourself, Doreen. I see you follow me and follow back. Jacqueline Quiche, big up yourself. Jacqueline, follow you back. Yeah, let me end the program off with the good stuff. Hold on. In the meantime, I'm going to big up some people, you know? Yeah, man. But Rosie, boy, Rosie, I tell you, Rosie! Rose. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, definitely. You're welcome. Welcome, everybody. God, I know, liberate them use off the pressure, you know? No, man. Man, them apply more pressure upon the people, them. Think of it. the man them apply more pressure upon the poor people them. No man, we have to fight the labor right them, man. No man have to set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire comrades, and we marching on. J, what's up, Lady J? Somebody send me one gift on YouTube. I don't know it's who. I try to find, but big up on yourself.
You're going to hear all kinds of propaganda.
All type of propaganda.
You're going to hear all kinds of lies and deception. There will be tactics used to try and buy you out. There will be tactics used to try and frighten you away. And I only have to say one thing to you tonight, comrades. We are blood and fire, comrades. And we're marching on to progress.
That is it.
And we will stand firm. We will not be bought, but we are not for sale.
Not for sale, Jamaica.
$1.5 million.
Not for sale.
You have to ask the MP how much money he want.
Me I play look like it before me left, cause we have to be reminded constantly.
The number you and the man talk.
Go through, Rosie. Go through.
It's me the other day. If you did get money, when you get the money, they contract them up the road for fix up a Wildman Street, Sutton Street, and in a Alman Town. When you tell me to get the contractor and me get the contractor, Donovan, you forgot, so when me give you the contractor number, you and the man talk. After you and the man talk, the man come back to me and said to me, Mr. Rosie, you have to ask the MP how much money he want out of the money. Me say, I saw it go. Him say, yes, I saw it go.
My God.
And when I came to you and asked you how much money you want out of it, you tell me $1.5 million. Wow. And I tell you, you're not getting it. You forgot me tell you, you're not get it?
My God.
And I did. The first money paid was $1 million paid. And I tell Yo-Yo to give you $300,000 out of it. And I gave the people them who forget money in a spoilers and gave Andre the money for share up at Alman Town. The next time we get the money, the $500,000. You were supposed to get $200,000 and me get $300,000. I did ask you for some material and you tell me, say, Rosie, when you get the money, take the $200,000. You forgot that? Listen, Donovan. You can't tell a lie for me, you know, because I say, me I go in a social media. You walk and you tell the MP them how much money you give me. Which part you ever give me money, Donovan? Yes, you expect me to take the money. When you gave work projects, you expect me to take the money. Donovan, me never take the money. Stop tell lie for me. Me not talk to you again, you know. You notice that me stop talk? Me stop talk and me act. Don't make me leg on my mouth in a social media pan your teeth in Donovan, you know. Don't make me leg on my mouth pan you. Donovan Williams, I want you stop walk with my name.
Merida.
You go in at the party and you've been telling the party you give me money.
Merida. CPH there. PDTV News. And you have to subscribe. There's no real link. The live start 8 o'clock. Yeah man, see that? This a live I'm going to pan. See that? All you have to do is subscribe. Once you subscribe to Andre, you will see. See that? Yeah man. That is it. I can't play video on TikTok, you know, so let me turn around back my camera. But big up the person who sent me the money gun, my first money gun. I feel, hey, big up on yourself, yeah, man. Body, big up yourself, body.
And the money me I was already for. Donovan Williams, I tell you, me I try to keep your disgrace out of the public domain. And Donovan, all heap of things me go in at the media but talk, you know.
Mighty God.
You hear how long me I want you tell yourself to leave me alone.
Oh God.
You never like it, you know.
Yes.
Because you go in at the ministry, go take out the ministry packages them.
What?
And have them a give Rummy morning. And have them a give Ramon for go around go issue to delegates and supervisors. And me ask Ramon the question.
Yes.
If him know who him a give them to.
Yes.
And him said no. I'm tell him, said Donovan is trying to have a selection. And I am not having no selection with Ramon. I am going to run on a ticket.
Wow.
And listen, I am not telling you again to stop walk with my name. Several MPs call me and tell me that Donovan tell them that him been giving me money. And Christmas, him give me how much money? Donovan Williams, I wasn't in Jamaica in Christmas. You gave $4 million worth of Christmas work that could not give out the work. I had to put money on it. You gave me no money.
Wow.
Every time you are having a program in the area, a project in the area, I gave you the program for the Christmas money and it always exceeded. It's me put money on it. Donovan, you have never given me no money. Stop tell lie upon me, Donovan Williams.
Mighty God.
And you are walk tell people about me tell Ramon, say me a step down and give him seat. And then me come back and tell him, say, for wait for 6 years. And Ramon tell me, say, him can't wait for 6 years because I'm now going to politics till him old. Let me tell you something. Everything I go in at the media, you know. Donovan, member say, you sell out the people in place in a central Kingston to the MP them and tear them down. And make the people them homeless them and scatter the vote them in the Raytown division.
My God.
Donovan Williams, you want a confrontation.
Wow.
And trust me, I go give you the confrontation. Me wait on the right time. Because you don't know.
When the right time come.
You are go around and me are go around. Me they are foreign and me a campaign just like you. Me don't want nobody to campaign for me, you know. Me have a name where me can campaign pan. And me a
why? Jamaica, that's how I live. It's simple pebbles and late babes, and you come and go. How I go on? Big up on yourself. Soon upon PDTV News Jamaica this evening at 8 o'clock. I'll be on at 8:45 joining my brother Andre Stevens. Alright? Big up yourself, simple pebbles. Sooner or later, I'm out. TikTok, YouTube. Big up later, everybody. Thanks for joining.